His name's Rhapsody. My name's Sneaky Teak, and this is Rhaps and Teak Take a Peek this week at Bloons TD6 Rhapsody.
Teak,
Are you ready to monkey?
I've never been readier for anything in my life. I feel like it was something I was ready for approximately 16 million years before I was born. I was already prepared entirely to monkey.
I thought you were gonna make a Flash Games website joke there, but you went to evolution. You went to totally. You threw me a curveball. You know, I thought it was gonna be omgpop.com. You know, flashgames.com, but no, it was
Save the
ancient.
like couple examples where I specifically want to go for the most obvious joke because that's the joke. Oftentimes I'll find that like I get the first reference or punchline and then I'm like, toss that one. The next one's the one I'm looking for.
Go to the next. Go to the next. That's actually some wisdom that I read. So I'm trying to remember. It was talking about ideation for something. I can't remember. Maybe it was making a product. Maybe it was something. But it was basically that. It was like sit down, come up with your first idea, throw it away, but your second idea is great. Basically saying that like you learn so much in the first draft that you'll make a better second plan, right?
Yeah,
that's pretty true.
And getting
anyway,
caught
our plan today is Bloons TD6. Getting caught doing what? I'm sorry.
Getting caught just constantly, endlessly refining that first plan without just learning lessons from it, moving on to a second one.
No. People should write code this way: build it and then scrap it and then build it again. So what we won't scrap is these monkeys, because we have to protect them in our scrap against balloon technology in Bloons TD6. I have streamed this game a little bit, so this was something we talked about. What is our line of experience? And actually, this is maybe a good meta point to make with this episode is it a requirement for games in Take a Peek that neither of us have played? And the answer is definitively no, and in fact, we proved that last week when we played Desktop Dungeons, because while the Enhanced Edition changed a lot of things, Rhapsody played a ton of Desktop Dungeons a long time ago. I think that the core desire with Rhaps and Teak Take a Peek is that we can have a novel experience, that we can discover something, and that we can engage in some of the earliest moments of joy and of rapid sponge learning that you get in a game. If we can still do that in a game we've played some, then it doesn't matter if one of us have played 20 or 30 hours. And sometimes having a bit of an experience delta can lead towards being able to springboard off of each other better. So I think that we've kind of figured out, initially we're like, neither of us can play at all. And now we've kind of landed at, neither of us should be an expert. We shouldn't be actively running a 200-hour series, but it's okay if we have some experience. So I've streamed Bloons TD6 some. I'm no expert. I haven't unlocked everything even. But I think that this game will be good fun and it'll be a good romp for us this week. And this is what it says on the Steam store. The Bloons are back and better than ever. Get ready for a massive 3D tower defense game designed to give you hours and hours of the best strategy gaming available. I don't know if I'm ready to tell you that this is the best strategy gaming available. But the game is really actually fun. And I'm excited to dive in and see what kind of monkey we can discover.
As am I. It would have been back when this was like a free-to-play game on Newgrounds or Congregate, probably, that I would have played my last Bloons. I was more of a Gemcraft man myself.
Which one is Gem? What's Gemcraft?
They give you gems, you sock it into the towers, and that effectively just assigns what the tower is, how it functions. Then you have different operations between the gems.
I did see this. Okay, so I had forgotten that there were more tower defense. I kind of thought of Bloons as like the only online tower defense, and then Dungeon Defenders. You know, then full games came out. But yeah.
Would you like to take the general here?
How does this general speak?
So he's got one eyebrow cocked above the other. So I feel like maybe there's a kind of like inquisitiveness there, like maybe curiosity.
Some kind of curious
Giovanni, Curious Giovanni. That's his name.
Curious Giovanni. That's who it is. The Bloons have taken over your town.
Take it back. I mean, it's very simple.
Stop the Bloons from getting through. I don't know what I've done to this poor monkey. Okay. Here we are in our town. What a nice and kind map. I guess it's going to force us through tutorial, so this is good.
Get a dart monkey down. It wants me to place another dart monkey and then click play.
Wherever you want.
This has the most adjacency to usable tiles for the enemy. Let's go for that.
Although, emergent strategy that's coming, sometimes getting a lot of adjacency to map is really good, but sometimes being able to get the best effect out of piercing is what you want. And dart monkeys do have upgrades that focus on throw down a line. And I think that's a big part of what you will discover over time, or what we will discover over time is, what kind of monkeys take the best advantage of certain positions.
Yeah, that to me feels like, so I dip my toes, I would say, in a lot of tower defenses. Like, I played through Defense Grid and Defense Grid 2, but then I went back and tried to do all of the challenges for each of them, and I just balked at that, right? That was beyond me. I think a lot of the time
it can be really hard.
Yeah, it is very, very difficult, right? But there's like a level of strategy to it that I understand. Things like, a tower wants to go near the most spots that it can hit. Obviously, like, if there's going to be a glut of enemies in an area, AoE tower makes sense. If you've got something like this little hook here, a slowing tower there is going to slow them for a really long period of time. But I have all of the first level kind of assumptions that you have about TDs, and none of the things you would extrapolate out of that. So, for instance, like, I can understand how to manipulate this Rubik's Cube such to get one side the correct color, but I have no clue how to use an algorithm to get the second. Or the bottom T's, rather.
That's funny. That's actually where I am on Rubik's Cube too. But I think that if there's anything we've identified in these games, it's this concept of cores. And what you're doing is you're just expanding your functional vocabulary. You're expanding your toolkit by taking single ideas, that 101, that first level, and then combining them into some effective strategies for certain things. Oh, I can put out these 3 towers that complement each other very well. This tower and this tower can solve wave 17, or this works really well if there's a lot of water, right? And so I think that's just an experience thing more than anything.
Yeah, exactly. They compound upon one another and build upon one another, right? Like, to think of another corollary, like Sudoku. Well, Sudoku is one where, like, obviously you can do on simple inspection, you recognize 8 is missing from this set. But then
you do first principles style grid analysis and reverse engineer the whole world. You can do that.
Exactly. There's 8s in these positions, which means that these can't be an 8, therefore it has to be a 1. Right? That's the second level, and then the third level is another layer of abstraction that is adding into it.
Yeah. If you recognize these kind of patterns, then you know something without having to do the rest of the analysis. Yeah. Something that I think about when I play games like this that I haven't really found an answer to is, what is the difference between strategy and puzzle?
That's a curious one. I find myself really incapable consistently of describing what I mean when I say strategy or tactic, even. And I've had it clarified to me enough times, but it constantly just bounces off.
Strategy and tactic I usually divide into basically macro and micro. Tactics is like, where am I positioning things right now to solve? It's kind of an immediacy thing, right? Like, tactics are, how do these things position around each other for this current challenge? And strategy is more long-term thinking. What am I doing to set myself up for future success?
Right. So then a puzzle, would that not be, well, so when we think of puzzles, we think of things that are like thousands of pieces and things like that sometimes. But also a puzzle can just be like, an individual quantized thing that you need to solve. So would it not be a building block towards a strategy, these kinds of problems that you are individually solving?
Yeah. The spirit of this question, to kind of beat my own punchline, is I cannot decide if games like Bloons are puzzle games or strategy games. They self-describe as strategy games, but I think that what I begin to see and to theorize is that puzzle has something to do with the space of successful lines. So many puzzles have only one successful answer, right? One solution. Or they have so few solutions that it's really about taking a ton of options, taking combinatorial space, and finding that one line. Where strategy oftentimes has lots of effective lines, but it's more about the cohesion of your overall plan.
Yes.
How much do these pieces set together to win in the long run? And I think that some of the most difficult challenges in games like Bloons are puzzles. they have a very small space of successful solutions, to the point to where this game actually had a level that went unsolved for like a year and a half or something crazy. It came out and nobody could do it because you had to find that very specific set of monkeys and that very specific timing and that very specific positioning, right? That to me is a puzzle. That no strategic thinking will fix you there. Strategic thinking can help you maybe reduce the space. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's the border, is like strategy is trying to find a grouping of successful lines, and puzzle is that last piece or something like that.
I think I would actually completely agree with that as the designation, right? Designation, rather. Specifically, I'm thinking of like another example where sometimes you'll play a card game, right? Like Dominion has examples of this in its online version. Obviously, the Hearthstone did with the Puzzle Labs and things like that, where they take a game that is otherwise a strategy game, strategy card game of kind of, I'm happy enough to call that a strategy game still broadly.
Sure.
Although, you know, connotatively it wouldn't necessarily qualify. But it takes a game that is otherwise strategy and then gives it this finite play, this line that you're looking for, right?
Right.
And that limitation of the possible subset of like available answers is the thing that they're saying. You're cottoning onto a specific designed thing. The designed solution is the thing that designates it as a puzzle.
Yeah. Right. A design. That's smart. That's interesting. It's direction of design. Yeah. Anyway, let's monkey and let's get through the tutorial. But this is something this game makes me think about.
Oh, this series is nothing if not a really, really good excuse to be able to talk about those kinds of things.
Just a giant podcast with monkey. Yep.
At one point, what we're going to have to do is just, you know, cut these down and then to edit out all of the references to the games we're actually playing, and it's just going to be one long podcast about game design. And life.
That's right. And the coolest part is that editing out all the parts about the game we're actually playing will still result in like 70% of the length. So it's everybody wins.
It's very, very true.
So, popping balloons earned your monkey's experience, says Curious Giovanni. This is a bit confusing. So, let me explain. If you click into upgrades, it'll be a bit easier to see this. This was the one part, and even with the explanations in the game, this eluded me for a little bit. So I will explain it.
Please.
There are two resources in this game: experience and money. You get experience by playing towers and letting them do stuff. So right now we have 100 experience on this dart monkey, and it says sharp shots unlock for 100 experience. This is meta progression. When you unlock level ups here, you are unlocking the ability to pay gold in a game to use them.
Oh.
First, you unlock sharp shots like the blueprint. You unlock the chance for your monkeys to learn sharp shots. And then you pay 140 gold in an actual round to give one of your monkeys sharp shots. Because they'll all start as 0th level towers. No specialization. And then you choose to unlock towards Juggernaut. You choose to unlock towards Crossbow Master. In a run. In an individual run. So if you unlock sharp shots right here, which is totally reasonable, that will be permanently unlocked for the rest of time. Forever. That's one unlock. Did that make sense?
Yes. So it's an available unlock for us past this point. So we can see that not upgraded, so we don't even have the ability to take this. If I were to try and click this, it would purchase it though, right?
Yeah, and do it, for sure. This is all cheap stuff anyway. Or rather, when you click on sharp shots right now, or whatever you click on, it unlocks it, and then we'll still have to spend the gold.
Okay, that makes sense. I wouldn't necessarily have called them upgrades, because this also feels like an upgrade system, but...
I agree. I think this is super confusing, and there's a world to where it just simply doesn't exist, but I understand why it does.
I don't know, like part of me also does want to try and wait and go long range as well as quick shot, but let's just click the button.
They're real cheap. We'll get all of them. Unlocking stuff for dart monkey is easy peasy. Where it's really going to be a thing for us is the higher levels, where they get more expensive.
All right, send them.
Send it to the bank.
Oh, actually,
I'm excited to get into a first. Yeah, good call. I'm excited for us to get into our first like full map, so that we can look through more towers and kind of make a judgment for take a peek what kind of towers we want to work on. Because part of it is just going to be This is some strategy. Taking maps to where we think we can deploy the towers we want to level up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Need some help? I'm Quincy, son of Quincy. Quincy is a monkey hero that upgrades himself during the game. He can pop several balloons per shot.
Upgrades himself. Oh, because it's a hero unit.
Hero tower.
Interesting.
Yes!
Are you kidding me? Nothing gets past
Quincy.
Are you kidding me? Nothing gets past my bow. Get him, Quince. So, over the course of the game, is he getting it through interactions with enemies? Do I have to put, like, would I benefit from putting him, like, basically at the front?
I think that the experience that they gain is shared once they're out.
Next?
I don't think that it has to do with actual contribution.
Yeah, it contributed nothing, and it's got that.
Yep. But you should be able to click into them to the upgrades to see their full upgrade tree.
Next?
So you can see what they're doing.
Click into them in the full upgrades. Yes. Dual attack for a short period of time. They have a ability to rain down arrows, but on their base level, arrows just bounce up to 3 different targets. So it looks like, do I have the ability to just hasten their level up with this?
Yes. In general, this is like... I have rarely found that it was super efficient. The few times I've done this, when it was like, if I get 1 or 2 levels, I can solve some problem. Like Quincy gets the ability to see camouflage. And so if you haven't solved that, maybe you need to like quickly take 1 level to get them to the camouflage site to solve an incoming wave, right? But they level up reasonably on their own to be able to deal with all the waves. And so as long as you get them out early enough, right? But yeah, you can hasten their levels. GG.
GG. So that seems like it was a meta level up, like not any of our individual units, but me as a Monkey King.
That's right. We, the Monkey King, are now unlocking another unit type, which we can then unlock the upgrades for, which we can then pay for in an actual match. Okay. I have tried my best to be very, very honest throughout all of our gameplay. I really like Bloons TD6, and it has way too damn much meta progression, and I am pretty soft on meta progression. But unlocking the ability to unlock abilities to unlock is too much. But that's okay. We'll get through enough.
There is part of me just nestled deep in my core, just behind the sternum about an inch or two.
Yep.
That wonders where the origin of deciding to end up with that many meta progression systems comes from, and what impetus in particular maybe involved.
You are on the right path. Well, you'll see. You'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah.
At the moment, we have the Boomerang
Quincy.
Monkey, Tack Shooter, Bomb Shooter, Ice Monkey, and Glue Gunner. Okay.
What catches your fancy? Who do you like the looks of?
I mean, the one that immediately catches my fancy is Tack Shooter, just so that I have something to put in the middle of everything.
This is like my favorite tower. I love Tack Shooter, man.
Hell yeah.
It's actually pretty good too. It's gonna work.
Give them all the business if they ever go past that point. Bud, please? I love that our first two is still solving the entire thing.
Yeah, this is certainly not made to be hard mode, and it's also the first 10 rounds. When you play at higher difficulties, it literally even just skips the first couple rounds. You just start on round, I want to say you start on round 5 or 7 or something like that, but we'll see it.
That seems appropriate. We've unlocked an activated ability. These are powerful temporary effects that help us win. We choose carefully when to use them. However, as each one has a cooldown before it can be used again. And so you'll kind of see them on the bottom left corner. It's just sat behind me. It's totally
honestly,
okay.
You won't need to use it here, but we will get more activated abilities over time. The hero units seem to always have some activated abilities, and then certain towers can upgrade to the points of having activated abilities. So a good example is that bomb shooter that we could have unlocked has a level that gives us a special ability too. So regular towers can get active abilities too. Cool. Not just heroes. Real human beings.
So do you usually activate it just by clicking on it, or is there like a targeting
I think there's a short key
reticule?
too. You might be able to press 1 or something. Oh, but some of them are targeted, yes.
Come on.
But this one is just activate. Most of them are just click and it happens.
Mm-hmm.
Rewards, 100 monkey dollars.
We did
Welcome to Monkey Home. Now from Monkey Home, you can go to do a lot of stuff, like click on monkeys on the bottom corner to see what monkeys we have unlocked. We'll unlock more by leveling up, and we get the experience. And then also, there's monkey knowledge in the bottom right corner on the main level.
Yes.
And this, well, you can click in to one of these. Choose your favorite monkey. There's your leveling tree. You use monkey knowledge points and monkey money to unlock these things. And they give you passive bonuses to all your towers. Notably, the hardest difficulties of this game, none of this stuff applies.
Mm-hmm.
So there are modes to where basically the meta progression is moot, but you still need to have some of the meta progression to unlock those modes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of, the reason that I'm talking about all of this is to work up to the elephant in the room, which is this game does have in-app purchases, which is not my favorite. But I don't find, compared to other games, that it's particularly predatory. If I thought so, I would have asked not to play it.
Mm-hmm.
You can absolutely play through this game and enjoy it without spending beyond the sticker price of the game. And the game has a cost. So it's not a free-to-play game with, you know, pay to win features. But I didn't want to not address the elephant in the room, because I know your channel tries to avoid too many in-app purchases things, and this game's got them. But I've never spent anything beyond the sticker price and got a lot of play. So
yeah, there are definitely games that do handle that in a way that does that. It's just the thing that I find becomes the problem is the thing that I just referenced before. I start looking at game design decisions and going, why was this choice made?
yeah,
and
no, these things are not about making the game more fun. Yeah.
There's hero knowledge as well, support knowledge, magic knowledge, military knowledge. Okay, so these start happening after level 30, which I don't imagine we're getting to.
The talent trees actually could I do think that there's room for meta progression as an element of easing out all of the learning, and as a way to help arm the player with small successes. Because not everyone is really good at the roguelike thinking of I lost and therefore I learned. And so having little bits of I unlocked a level makes it feel like you're kind of winning as you work your way along, right?
It's
finding all of your packages and things, all of your little loot.
Just got my daily reward. It's the point at which I'm like, okay, is this doing that so that I continue my engagement in the game, so that I learn the lessons it has to teach and then engage with it in a deeper level?
Yeah.
Or is it skinner boxing me? Because I definitely get in a lot of games that are, I get, 500 hours in and then I'm like,
I got skinned. Dude, I think this game is a bit of both. But I have played some and watched some of the really hard stuff in this game, and you need a deep knowledge. You do. Like, you need to know that, as an arbitrary example, that a 502 of the Flim Flam Tower is going to be really effective. And so you got to play a lot to build that kind of knowledge, right?
Yeah, and the fact that there have been so many people who really, like, so many creators especially, who like really hard vouched for Bloons 6TD does definitely calm my kind of nerves in that direction. Do you want to click a play and start looking at what we want to do?
Let's do. Yeah. So it's organized beginner, intermediate, advanced, and expert maps, but then the maps themselves have easy, medium, hard modes, and then custom kind of modes. And so honestly, I think that we can kind of go into whatever looks fun to you. Because we haven't even unlocked all the towers, I would not go to the very, very hard maps to begin with. Like, we're gonna want more towers to be able to do that stuff.
I kind of like the idea of going to Candy Falls here, just because it's got these loops that are really prime targets for the tack shooter, I feel.
That's absolutely. Yeah, we can totally do that. What I want to know is, can we beat it on hard without any stuff?
It's only one way to find out.
There's only one way to know. Take the monkey.
Monkeys cost more than normal. We start on round 3. The balloons move a little faster, and I have 100 lives. We have 100 lives, rather. Beating round 80 in hard awards you a gold medal for that track.
Yeah, and then once you've beaten hard, you have access to all these other modes, right? Magic monkeys only, double HP Moabs, and poppable chimps. They're like even harder modes with some other constraints.
Got it.
Here he is, Quincy. The earlier Quincy gets out and does stuff, the better, I think. Do you want to look through some of the towers, or do you want to just play some?
I think Wait, well, I can't necessarily pull up.
You
too much.
click into upgrades. Yeah, and then even just use the arrows to swipe through them and stuff.
I think
it might
go
be
through...
fun to just glance.
Exactly, like broadly and quite quick. So hurls a boomerang that follows a curved path, good range and piercing by base. Neat. AoE, slow rate of fire, radius around the explosion. Attack shooter is the one we've taken.
May I make a recommendation?
Yes.
You don't need to do it for all of these, but one thing that will really inform you about the towers is their level 5 upgrades are very, very differentiating. And so I don't know if you saw this tip when we were getting in, but the 3 different rows, the way that upgrades work is you can take one of the upgrade rows all the way to 5, one of the others to 2, and then the third you have to exclude. So you can't go all the way to all the levels on a single tower. And you can only have one level 5 of a particular tower. So you cannot have more than one Inferno ring in the map. Only one.
Right.
And so for the towers you're really interested in, looking at the level 5s will give you an idea of what their end game might be, because they're quite differentiated.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm more than happy to check those out, especially. Giant Spike Ball splits twice into 6 Juggernaut Balls for even more destructive power, so that seems like a kind of cluster effect. Elite membership of this club grants the Dart Monkeys even more power. What are these ones with the little zappy symbols next to them? I've seen it constantly on the road too.
I'm pretty sure that those are active abilities.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that seems to be an active ability.
Whenever you see that.
Crossbow Master shoots really fast and devastates most balloon types with ease.
Glaive Lord.
They
have ridiculous names too. Yeah.
Permanent ability speed. Special knockback. Triggers more often, does extra damage. Okay, cool. So
you don't have to look at them all, but I just like whenever you see something, it could be like, oh, what's Bloon Crush? You know, it helped me understand more about what the towers do. Because when you look at the bomb shooter, you're like, oh, it's big AoE damage, but actually, midline bomb shooter is about killing Moabs, which are the big balloons, the blimps. So it's not AoE so much as it is a specific assassination. It's almost an assassin tower.
It seems like they're taking like different elements of the base tower and going all in one direction. Like it's really good at damage. So this is the damage line for taking out what I imagine is the mother of all balloons, probably the biggest balloon.
Yes, that's exactly what, yeah. And then the bottom is your AoE. Here's your cluster. And the top is kind of a different big AoE thing, just a different way. Instead of cluster bombs, it's big bombs. Yeah.
Especially for the ones that we definitely have unlocked, I would love to check these. Deadly Inferno of Flame roasts balloons into oblivion. Interesting. It's also a Maelstrom ability, which covers the area in a storm of blades, and then many attacks. I imagine we want it to fire ridiculously quickly. And
I love Tack Zone.
In every direction.
This also informs what we want to unlock. So which ways we want to, do we want faster shooting? Do we want more attacks? Do we want long range? What are we looking for? This map seems like to me, and this is me like solving this fresh. I did play this map, but I'm coming at it with a fresh mind. It seems like we don't need much extra range. Like with how small those spaces are, the tack shooter is going to have pretty good coverage.
Which means shoots 10 tack. Yeah, maybe we start going down the line of more tacks here.
Yeah.
Unlock that. Just
sure.
Get in early.
Make it so. Quincy.
All right, Quincy, what if you stand... No, that's not a good line. So what kinds of things should I be considering? Kind of like this
with Quincy? I think that Quincy has... One big thing about Quincy is... So they have 20 level up abilities, the heroes, right? I think Quincy does get some extended range. And specifically with the active abilities, Quincy gets really extended range. But I like having Quincy like not right at the front, but towards the middle or back like you have them, because Quincy is really good at cleaning up smaller balloons, it feels like. So like you have more time to weaken the big balloons and have them split, you know?
Definitely seems like
I'm sure there's going to be...
here.
One thing I've seen is that Bloons has some really, really deep fans. And every time I've played, I've been really impressed by the group of people who show up with like this really immense Bloons knowledge. And so I'm sure that someone will correct my understanding of Quincy, which is totally, totally fine. I definitely didn't play a meta Bloons. I just played.
Yeah. I've definitely seen that kind of fervor in the community as well. Let's pop you here. Get our first kind of real...
The later levels take it. You really do have to kind of understand that level of depth. I think you're gonna like this thing. I think you're gonna like this tack shooter. Puts in the work.
It really feels like it rewards the placement that I'm kind of looking for here. Ooh, a new primary monkey, eh? So it feels like Boomerang's got Pierce, it's got the curved path, got good range. But we're going to be choosing maps often based around how we can utilize the tack. It feels like this accomplishes a similar thing to our hero as well as the tack.
That seems fair.
It also feels like we have dense areas consistently, so this could be a thing, but is it more than we need? Maybe we just want to slow them down while they're in the death zone.
So that they get attacked more? It's pretty good, man.
Final is pops and freezes nearby balloons for a short time. They're immune to sharp damage. Oh, sorry.
So Ice Monkey is naturally an anti-synergy with Tack Shooter because the frozen balloons can't be killed. It's fixable, but Ice Monkey requires you to play around Ice Monkey for sure.
Let's get you involved in here. And then
I like that play. I think I like Glue Gunner for this, right? We've got all of these DPS units. They just need time. Particularly because of the Tack Shooter is just like, this is the only area it has to work.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we're leveling up more towers too. More tower, more better. Bigger number, better number.
Often true. So this has got its own range of that size. Like, can it sit there? Can it sit here effectively?
Oh man, yeah, there's some interesting placement decision here, right? Or can we even put it on the right edge? What is that? Like right in that nook? Yeah, that's kind of awkward though, isn't it? That feels like a lot of waste on the Quincy side. I like where you had them kind of between, where it was catching almost the entire ring, but then also catching some in front of Quincy. That seems pretty good.
I like that, but I'm also coming around to this side specifically because what would be the next thing that we place? It'd be attack here, and then it's slowing them in their area of effect for both of them.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Double tack glue business. I think it's gonna work. I think it's gonna work. We have some future problems, but I don't.
So what are our future problems?
Discover those future problems.
Okay.
So well, I guess the flavor and color is not all balloons are just going to be made out of rubber, right? So we'll have to solve some specific like counters later on. How are we destroying lead balloons, or how are we detecting camouflage balloons? But I kind of like that we're discovering that as we go.
Yeah, I feel like the game would tell me if a camouflage balloon was about to come.
We are on hard mode. It will tell you, but we also may very well die. And that's okay. One thing I like about Bloons is that it's got a very, very fast iteration. When you lose, you can get back into a run right away. And you can put settings on even to where like the levels auto advance. You can get through a full run of Bloons theoretically very quickly, right? Because the levels are really, really fast. The waves are fast. And so I felt when I was playing that I was very comfortable losing and then saying, okay, I can refine my strategy. This part and this part and this part worked, but I need to solve this wave. Or I was a little slow on the money or something, and then you go at it. And that's the part that feels like a puzzle to me.
Yeah.
Refining the strategy.
I've seen a couple times of people trying to solve a level of Bloons, and that definitely came across the kind of, okay, well, this is what worked, this is what didn't. Let's jump back in and iterate upon our solution.
I actually think it would be cool if the game had like basically a blueprinting mechanism for exactly that, or like a replay mechanism to where you save your first 30 waves of play, and it's just like replay the first 30 waves exactly as I did. and then put me right there.
Yeah. That would be pretty cool, like a kind of like save state situation.
Right? Okay, what are you thinking with Glue Dude?
We got Glue Gunner. Bloons a problem? Here's the solution. The Bloons Solver. So
it's worth looking through this one because this might be relevant to our problems.
Glue problems pop 1 layer every few seconds. Extreme solvents melt 2 layers every second. Can glue 1 additional balloon per shot and applies liquefying compounds that do 10 pops every second. 10 pops every second. And Bloons problem, here's the solution. The
question is,
really
does this beat leads? And some of the level 5s don't, right? They're just like very flavor text. Does this beat leads or ceramics? And I don't actually know. I feel like it does, but I don't know at what level it does.
Not certain either, especially because I haven't seen leads or ceramics yet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Glue Storm pelts the whole screen for 15 seconds with glue, and they take extra damage whilst glued. And glue so strong it temporarily immobilizes all affected glue. So I feel like this is probably the 5 line for us.
It can be, especially if we want the Glue Gunner to help us deal with Moabs, which would make sense because we've got good DPS, but we don't have a good damage solution to single targets, right? So bottom line is the solution to the big single target.
Especially
top line is the solution to dense balloons, right? Balloons with lots of layers. You dissolve them with the top line. Bottom line is the Moab solution. Yeah, exactly.
But it feels like many tacks, as we've got Overdrive shooting very fast and shooting out in multiple directions at the same time, or more multiple directions. It feels like this is the solution for popping many layers of single balloons, whereas this is like more of a lockdown, right?
Yeah. Okay, I like it. Where do we want to do our 2? Do we want to splash anything? Do we want like on the Glue Gunner? Do we want it to splatter?
Well, 6. You want it
coverage?
To be able to splatter more things, certainly. Glue soaks through all layers of balloon. Ooh.
Right.
Wait, no, but if we're immobilizing enemies and we're immobilizing them next to a damage source, if we then pop them and they immediately run away, then they're running. Useless. So
yeah,
glue soak seems what we're looking for then.
This is you know what I love about watching you do this? This is maybe my favorite part about the game, is that it does feel like the towers, all of the options are compelling. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, I can see how that would be a part of this solution. Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go faster shooting here first.
I like it.
Oh, so wait, they do get individual stats, individual XP.
What do you mean?
I thought it was like a base pool of XP that you had, and then you allocated it to different characters.
Oh, no. The towers are getting them individually. Yeah. They don't have to contribute to battle to get XP, but they need to be in the battle. I call it a battle, but I don't know. Are these monkeys battling?
They're certainly doing some fighting, and I would consider that some sort of a battle. Yeah. So this says shoots out 12 attacks per shot and increases Ring of Fire damage further. Is that like if you're shooting fire instead of tacks, you're doing more damage, rather than saying that it's like a synergistic combo specifically? It's just like, here's what it would do in that instance.
I think that this is specifically saying if you go 5-0-2, this is still useful, because the question is more tax actually going to apply to a Ring of Fire? And it's saying yes, the Ring of Fire gets stronger. So the bottom line does synergize with the top line, which is really nice wording, actually. Helpful, I think.
Agreed. All right, let's take stickier glue and probably glue soak second, and then just go down this line a bit.
That'll be fun.
What's up?
It'll help us less for the just like dense waves of small balloons, but more for single targets.
It feels like the waves of small balloons are doing okay already, so
yeah,
part of my lack of concern in that direction. Nice.
What you gonna do?
Bomb shooter.
I think it's gonna have us unlock all the primary monkeys, and then the military monkeys will kind of go down the line.
Definitely
we just get to choose
like
order within. Heck yeah, dude! I'm excited for this double tack shooter.
It's gonna be everything.
It's gonna work for a while. Question is, are we trying to upgrade them both kind of in tandem? Are we trying to push one towards like a level 3 or level 4 quickly?
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know the answer.
That
I
seems
definitely
like the
have
kind of
found the
thing
level
that
4s are really big.
level 4s.
Like a level 4 upgrade.
Oh, right, as in, like, so just the
As in the
one
number of
prior,
pips. Yeah.
okay.
In general, the level 4 and then the level 5 are more expensive, but they're a huge jump in power. And the only reason I say that is because I don't think it's easy in this game to get a numeric intuition. Because they say things like, shoots a lot of tax.
What's up?
Yep.
Really, really a lot of tax. And it's like, okay, well, is it 20% better? 100% better? Is it 1,000% better? And the answer is it's pretty good. The higher levels are pretty good.
It definitely feels like something that you have to kind of like get more from experience.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
You can get another upgrade at the moment to get the glue circ. Let's do that. Oh, not unlock all. Oh, the unlock all, and that's taken me to the Steam purchase for it. Cancel transaction, please.
For the low cost of real money dollars, you can get monkey dollars.
I always thought
Now
that
that is a tempting offer.
I always thought that my money was too fungible, frankly. We just limit that a bit. I mean,
This
is
fungibility
doing
is
okay.
driving me crazy.
Wait, we're in 80. Wait, so it's not. You can push it, like, you know, you have to survive 20 rounds, but if you can push it to 80, you get a gold. Do I just actually have to go to 80?
You have to go to 80. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I thought this level was going to wrap up relatively soon, whereas now I have to think about more infrastructure.
No, you don't have. So we can save money, and that's a big thing. This took me a long time to realize, but it definitely there's a balance between, do I just need more towers versus should I save money to get better upgrades in the towers?
Mm-hmm.
And how would I like describe this as a graph? Basically, the fastest way to get immediate power is playing more towers, but you'll get more value per money if you can live long enough to upgrade your towers more. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a balance of making sure you just have enough raw DPS by making more units out on the field versus making sure that you have like the top line of upgraded enough towers. And we might just be strong enough now that we can bankroll until we can make one of these tax shooters a level 3. That would be pretty sweet. Get the tax sprayer.
It's the...
We might not even have enough experience.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, right? Like, it
Yeah,
feels like
that's a
the
good point.
experience is our limiting factor here.
That's a good point.
Oh,
Maybe we take faster.
Well, I think we'll get it.
We're getting there.
It's interesting because that is something that I think I often find I fall into when I'm playing a tower defense is I will have one tower or two towers. It's the thin deck strategy of tower defenses,
but
right?
it kind of works in this game, actually. It's a balancing act, but when I first started playing, I just spammed towers, and it works really well until, like, wave 40, and then all of a sudden you lose.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have a million towers that are, like, only able to kill red balloons, right? So thin deck will work for you, I think, in this game pretty well.
Yeah,
And like,
I mean,
if you think about density of effectiveness too, where your glue gunner is, those tack shooters are massively outworking our Western tack shooters, unless we get another glue gunner online. And now they're doing similar things.
that could go
It's kind of
basic
fun.
either way.
Glue 5 ever.
It is. I like trying to work out some
symmetry of it.
synergy and then trying to build around it. Obviously, I always build symmetrical, regardless of whether or not the map is
Really?
symmetrical in
Oh.
TDs a lot of the time as well, which
no.
is a habit I need to break.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think of typically as building tall rather than wide.
Monkey.
Monker.
We can unlock more levels for glue gunner too.
Mm-hmm.
What were we gonna do? We were gonna go big bottom path.
Yes, I'm going
Big
for
bada
the
boom.
cheap upgrades on these while I'm waiting for enough experience in order to be able to afford the tax sprayer.
Got it. Cool.
Regrow balloons. These cute heart-shaped balloons will regrow back lost layers every couple of seconds. Well, thankfully we killed them quite quickly.
Too fast. Yep. Enemy is shoot.
Enemy is dead. Otherwise, you.
What's the gold cost of that level 3 upgrade on the tack shooter? Would you check that? You can go to upgrades to see it.
Upgrades. Oh, that one the right one. Upgrade. Oh, no, it is.
And then you click tack sprayer, and it'll say 485. It's not that expensive. Okay, good.
Yeah. Although we should try and save up to 1,000 so we can pop them both as soon as that comes out. Oh.
And then I guess we'll go back and try to get the top line, like some faster shooting.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the Oompa Loompa?
Yep.
You can actually play the whole song in this level. You got to find the right order to make them show up, but I spent way too long on stream trying to figure it out. Like 30 minutes clicking on Oompa Loompas.
Hold on.
They're hidden in all sorts of places.
Oh,
and, like,
so I thought it was just
an order.
Right, I thought it was just these, and I was just clicking across in the correct order, but...
I think there's one, like, in the river or by the water wheel, and there's one in the tree in the corner or something. And yeah, I think there's 8 of them, and you have to find all 8 and click them in the right order, and then you get the whole song.
Black balloons are small, yet contain 2 pinks inside of them, and they're immune to explosions. That brings a good point, right? So immune to explosions, there are immunities to specific damage types. We already saw this before when frozen balloons are immune to sharp damage up to the point. So immediately I'm now looking at the board and I'm going, if they ever spawn a lead balloon, I die.
Yes, correct.
But this is sharp as well, Dart Monkey.
So some of them have solutions to leads in their upgrade path, and that's one thing for us to look at. And that's a fun thing to try to analyze is like, what among these early options might have a way to kill leads? There's one thing that does, and it's up top. It's hot shots.
But if we go for the next level attack sprayer, we're not doing hot shots anymore.
It's going to be hard to get the experience to do that, right? Yeah. I also think that, this is what I was saying, I think the top line of Glue Gunner with the corrosive glue might be able to go through some of the other things like leads, but I'm not, I wouldn't put my money on that for a second. Some of them will say explicitly what they pop, and some of them it's like a hidden effect, right? Like I'm pretty sure that the cannon just like can automatically the bomb shooter, I think it like automatically is able to kill armored balloons like ceramics, but it just doesn't say that or something. So again, kind of an experiential thing.
Well, that seems to me like it like I imagine the lead or the ceramic would say like immune to sharp, and this is probably not sharp.
Oh, that's smart, actually. That's maybe it does say that. I don't know. I don't know if there's a way to look up the different balloon types. That would be nice. A balloon compendium.
Yep.
That's what I want. A bestiary. A bestiary? A robestiary. Latestiary. I just want to see the balloons.
I was trying to find adjacent words to balloon, and I was like, no, inflate doesn't work. Anyway,
Zeppelestiary.
Whoop.
Up we go.
I think we're doing it. I want to go to tack zone.
Let's go. Let's take it to the tack zone, frankly. That's these take them to the tack zone.
White balloons are linked. Black balloons were immune to ice effects. Okay. Interesting. So their color is their elemental resistances.
Yeah, I guess so. That's not even me playing full light. I genuinely I don't remember. I only remember the things that killed me a lot.
Yeah, those are the things that become most salient in your memory, certainly.
Yeah, that's right.
Down
Strong glue.
Camo balloons can't be affected by your monkeys unless you have a way of detecting them. For instance, Quincy can at level 5, and Dart monkeys can with the enhanced eyesight upgrade.
What next?
Luckily, our Quincy is level 5. So we got him. If there's a lot of them, we won't be able to deal with it. Quincy's active ability might help. And it's going to be only camos getting to him, right? So that's good.
So Quincy's active ability is this one up here. That's can I get more information? Ah, yes, rapid shot. Triple attack for a short period of time is the one we have unlocked at the moment.
And then at 10, storm of arrows.
Purple balloons.
2 pink balloons.
2 pink balloons. They're fast and immune to all energy, fire, and plasma type effects.
Energy, fire, and plasma. Not the plasma.
So are they trying to get you to diversify your build, or just make sure you can deal with each of these individual things?
Yes, both, right? And I think that we were talking about cores. An important thing in core building in Bloons, it seems to me, this is again me, I'm not talking meta, I'm talking about what I've derived, is figuring out tight cores for most Bloon challenges. What is the minimum number of towers to cover, right? Like, because you don't want to have 2 towers specifically for camos, and 2 towers specifically for leads, and 2 towers specifically for ceramics, and 2 towers specifically for regrow balloons, because before you know it, you'll need to spend 6 million gold on towers to cover. So you want to have some effects that help make you more dense. And so later on, we'll get towers that can like reveal camo for other units. Or Sniper, who we could unlock here, is pretty good at assassinating lots of types of balloons, and maybe that's how you use them. You just target strong balloons with them.
Well, I mean, this is my initial lean, and we'll get into it as I'm going through the military monkeys here. But first up, we have Monkey Sub, shoots homing torpedo darts at nearby balloons. Must be placed in water. Interesting. Monkey Buccaneer shoots a single heavy dart from both sides of the ship. Also must be placed in water. Sniper, it can shoot balloons it can see anywhere on the screen with a long-range rifle, and pops 2 layers off of balloons hit by it. Monkey Ace flies above the ground, shooting volleys of high-piercing darts. Heli Pirate hovers wherever you direct it, shoots from its twin heavy dart guns. And then Mortar Monkey launches an explosive mortar shell to afflict location anywhere on the screen. So in these ones, like the Heli Pilot, the Monkey Ace, and the Mortar Monkey, am I controlling them over the course of the fight, like directing their abilities consistently?
Great question. So it depends. Mortar Monkey has an upgrade line, which we can see, with an actual targeting like reticle. So you place them and then you choose where they attack, and you can even move it throughout the level. And I think the quick key is like control or something. And so you can try to micro if you want. The Heli Ace, not the Monkey Ace, the Heli Pilot has some really dynamic movement patterns. Like it's got one to where it'll get in front of balloons and try to push them back. But I don't recall that you actually manually move this one around.
So do you not manually move it, but you select its movement pattern?
And you have to upgrade into some of them. And that's one cool thing about military monkeys, is that some of their movement settings or location settings have to be upgraded. My favorite is this Monkey Ace, the pilot, because when it first starts, it has very simple movement patterns, but you can unlock different like, instead of it being centered around its helipad or its landing strip, you can have it centered around the whole map and just do a cycle. But you have to unlock through that pathway, right? So yeah, I think that those are pretty cool.
Neat.
By the way, I think this chocolate river counts as water. So if you did want to do water monkeys, then we should be able to use them here.
Yeah, I imagine there's like a couple different flavorful ways of going around that. But honestly, I want the sniper monkey because anything that survives the thresher is usually going to be a dense thing that I want to focus on.
Yep.
And that's what the sniper monkey will do.
Cool. I love Sniper too. I think Sniper, and you can put them anywhere. You can put them anywhere because they have full range. As long as they have like eyesight, then they can shoot anywhere. I think there's some line of sight blockers, like maybe the house counts as a line of sight blocker, but maybe right side is better.
Ooh, I'm quite confused by how few of those actually managed to cut through there.
It does seem that we're approaching the attack zone.
Ah, so you can see line of sight being cut. Got it. I mean,
Quincy.
I guess you can just go basically anywhere then, right? But we want to put you somewhere where we don't want to put anyone else.
I like that spot. Nice. So, okay, may I show the thing? Well, you'll discover it on your own.
Shoot the strongest target, the first target, the last target. So it should set to strong, I think, is how we're going to be playing them for the moment, at least.
So. What's our upgrade path for this monkey?
It's a great question. Let's have a look at their options. We have the full metal jacket shots pop through. So you're popping through more laser balloon, and it's also a way to deal with lead and frozen. More layers again. More layers again. More damage to Moab specifically, and then cripple the Moab to immobilize them for longer and have them take extra damage to other effects. So you're kind of effectively debuffing them in that way. Do additional damage to camo balloons. Damage balloons spray out a cone of shot shrapnel. So bouncing shots and camo here. And the supply drop is dropping a crate full of cash. Regular attack.
There's all sorts of money stuff.
Yeah, this is the first money stuff I've seen, but like I imagine there's possibly something that you build and it just gives you money passively.
Yeah, there's like farms. Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. Elite snipers have target priority. Nice, cool. And then faster firing.
It's literally faster firing. it's how can I make my sniper a machine gun? It sounds like to me the role you want, right? Is top row, because it sounds like you want a monkey sniper that's really, really good at just destroying single targets, and that sounds like top.
I definitely do. I don't know whether or not I want to go full bottom and the 2 layers of top. I definitely want at least full metal jackets. This is not our zero line. This is our zero line.
Yeah. Oh, really? Really? Night vision goggles and shrapnel shot are good too. And if you want to have some guarantees against the really dense camo waves that'll come later, it's worth at least considering. Like 5.2, it seems legit to me. But I love bottom row too. Bottom row is really fun, man. Machine gun sniper is hilarious.
But do they need to be a machine gun? Do we not already have some machine gunnery going on in
some kind of automated rapid firing balloon dart technology?
Feels like we may. I'm gonna hold money for a moment here and see if I can get these. Oh, well, actually.
Boom. To the moon.
Ah. Yes.
Full metal jacket will solve this problem.
Oh,
no, look. We're killing him.
Oh, that'll be the corrosive glue.
Yep. So it does work. And I also think, does Quincy get lead damage?
What's
I don't
up?
think so, but maybe.
Let's look at... They bounce to more targets. Triple attack speed for a short time. Slightly longer range. Camo balloons. And then 2 arrows at a time. We don't appear...
Not anytime soon if they do, right? Yeah, certainly not. Okay. So corrosive worked. We saved ourselves. Past us. Go past us. And once we get full metal jacket on sniper, I think that lets them do damage to blue or to lead. Is that right?
Yeah. So it's the first level gives them the ability to do that.
Cool. And you already said you wanted at least 1 point in the top. It's just a question of full in on top or full in on bottom or top mid, which is it? Yeah. But we don't have to solve that yet. That's part of the fun.
It's a future problem right there.
Future us can solve that problem.
Give me the stronger glue.
Give me more.
Oh, finally we got full metal jacket as well. Great. All right.
UI?
There are a fair few times
computer
here.
interaction.
This is how I think the UI here should work, and then it works in a completely different way.
Sometimes the key way to think is to ask yourself, what would this be like if I only had 1 finger to play this? And so the answer is, you don't want to accidentally fat finger and like click the thing and take it at the same time. So they make the unlock button somewhere else. Do you want to be a pirate? Do you want to be?
I kind
of you want to be an ace? I'm an ace.
I don't know.
You want to be a mortar?
I'm all the way around the board right here. I'm trying to think like what are our current weaknesses that we want to solve, or what are our current strengths upon which we can capitalize. So
if we're
area
playing any
of
more
effect.
monkeys, because we might not need to play any of these, right? But
That's true. We may just be going through the paces of just unlocking these at this point. So we get a density of enemies. So like something that does AoE attacks seems pretty reasonable. Buccaneer.
I do think mortar is solid for the way that you have this set up, right? Because you've got these little circles that are already a nice like dense spot, and we're gluing monkeys or we're gluing balloons there. So like mortar is legit for what you're doing. And it helps improve our output to those denser types of balloons that the tack shooter will fail at. So it's a cool one.
Can't wait to
and you can kind of play it wherever, just like the sniper.
Wherever. Ah, okay. So like I can just pop it right here even.
You totally can. I think we have to get some upgrades to make that work. Like it's starting. Well, let's see. Anywhere on the screen. From the very beginning, it's anywhere on the screen. Okay. Yeah. So wherever you want.
To a fixed location though. So.
But you can move it. You can move it.
Right. I can move it. Okay, let's put this down and then you set high. Okay, got it.
And I think, try something for me. I think when you click on the monkey, once you've set this, you can press Control to change the target. Or maybe it's Alt or Shift or something. No, not working. Well, we'll find it later. I ended up using this keyboard shortcut because I was microing with them a lot. So I was like letting them launch one shot and I was following the path of balloons, but we don't have to. Like if you set it on top of that tack shooter, it's gonna do tons of work.
It seems like it will. We have the glue gunner here who is ready for their next level.
So do we want to do bot or top?
I like immobilizing them with the more area kind of stuff we're doing consistently.
I agree, and the reason that I really strongly agree is you just bought sniper and mortar. So I think we got a lot better at armored and dense balloons. We just need more time. So I like bot row for you too, or for us. I keep saying you because I think I want to make sure that I'm not just playing my game, that I'm playing the thing that you're saying. Like, what is it that you're leading? You're leading, and I'm trying to. It's a dance. It's a dance of video games. It's a dance of monkey.
There's, also the thing of like I'm used to saying I'm used to saying these kinds of things.
Yeah.
Oh, right, camo. So wait, camo is a modifier that can be on anything else? Like something can be a white balloon and camo?
Certain things can't combine, but in general, yeah, you can find like camo regrow balloons or
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know which modifiers are like are mutually exclusive, but yes. They coming at us fast now, but we shoot.
Can the sniper monkey not spot camo?
Not without going night vision goggles.
Yeah. I see.
And then you got to ask yourself, if I'm going mid and taking night vision, am I going then bot to take out lots of small ones? I think it's really easy to underestimate the middle row too, the shrapnel shot. Shrapnel shot's pretty good. It's a lot of DPS.
Yeah, I just want to get more camo spotting earlier on, especially because I don't want things to get through all of our danger zones. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Let's take that.
I'm in on night vision, and then we can fully focus glue, tack, and mortar just on damaging not camo things. And we've got sniper and Quincy doing camo, right? We might have just saved our lives actually doing this because more camo, it's coming.
So are these just not showing to me as camo because I can see them, or?
No, this wave just didn't have the camo. Sometimes it gives you more than one wave advance notice.
Okay.
Because it wants you to like have time to, build the units or whatever.
We've got the mortar monkey here. So the different lines from the mortar monkey: bigger blast, smashes through multiple layers, stuns balloons on impact, pops balloons in a wider area, increases Bernie stuff damage. In case we've got the second level of this. Devastating explosions pop 5 layers and blasts deeply through them.
The biggest one, so once again, level 5s don't give you very good description quantitatively. This covers like half of the map. It is a very big boom. It doesn't mean like it's a bit bigger. It really is like you put it in the middle. and it hits stuff.
Got it. Does it need to be that big for us? Probably not. Does it need to be slightly bigger?
No.
Possibly.
We're not going to unlock a level 5 on this run anyway. So.
Heavy shells do extra damage to ceramic lead fortified, increases attack speed of the mortar, extra damage to the fortified ones again. Pop and more ability, rains explosions down over the whole screen, main attack increases its damage, immobilizes everything. Okay, so it's just a pretty good ability. Increased accuracy. Damage balloons are set ablaze momentarily with each hit. They can be popped by flares. Camo balloons popped by flares. Popped by flares?
I think that what it's saying is that if this attack hits a camo balloon, it will uncamo them. It's a decloaking. It's weird because there's not something before it that says flares, but I think the suggestion is the Bernie stuff is like a flare bomb.
I think you're right. I think it's referring to its own name though, the signal flare.
Right.
Yeah.
Which kind of the hidden text is this can now hit camo balloons, I guess.
Yeah, that is the question, right? Can it hit camo balloons by base?
I think so. I don't think you need to like have another tower that lets it hit camo. That would be so tricksy.
Because it's targeting, right? It's not targeting by itself. It's targeting an area. So if there is camo in that, it should just hit it.
Yeah, but it doesn't right now. Right now, the camo goes through. So I think you have to get to signal flare. But it's pretty cool, and this is what I was saying about density, right? Is if you have the mortar that is decloaking camos, or I think that maybe Wizard has one of these effects too, then you don't need camo detection on your sniper. You don't need camo detection on your hero because you've got a decloaking effect, and so you can focus your points on other stuff.
It's not even just the point focus. You can have that line be a 0, which gives you the ability to allocate broadly
to a different. Yeah, exactly.
Nice. I like that. We also now have the quad darts, the upgrade for the heli pilot. New targeting option to seek and engage automatically. Rips up balloons on contact. It's a powerful machine gun. Apache Prime leaves most balloons wishing they'd never been inflated.
What does it mean? But it's very flavorful.
It's
very flavorful.
Seems like it's quite likely to be quite powerful. I don't know if I'm going to focus around those much at all. I may not even play it.
I don't know that I would play more towers. I think we're going to be pretty split thin as it is. We might be able to like pick one more tower type, but it's possible that we want to like focus on working on the ones that we have and try to figure out what is the missing ingredient, you know?
That regrow got dangerously close.
It got close, right? Yeah. What can we do? What can we do to increase our DPS? We have some options. Because have we done any top line upgrades for our attack shooters yet?
No.
That might be worth, because that's multiplicative, right? We'll get faster shooting.
I do like the idea of starting them with their faster shooting tracks now.
Yeah.
Because we're not going for all of that EXP to go for. Ooh, we are pretty close to being able to just unlock
We're not
Overdrive.
far off, are we? But what's the cost? Overdrive is going to be way more than attack shooter.
3.4.
So we could get there. And an overdrive would be it's pretty sick. We could try.
You want some?
I worry. I
worry. I am experiencing fear. I also fear.
I am afeared of this.
So maybe we split the difference. You know, the top upgrades are pretty cheap, right? We get some multiplicative business going.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
And then we're still saving. Okay.
So we're going faster shooting, even faster shooting, and those are the 2 levels we're taking here. So it's 2.5.
Yeah, 2.4 at least, 2.04. Yeah. I'm so thrilled, by the way, that immediately you were like, I want to do tack shooter because this is my pet, or one of my pets. I really like tack shooter a lot. And when you've got little loopy levels like this, how are you not going to play tack shooter? Look at that. It's just perfect.
Although I definitely have the benefit of choosing this level based around the tack shooter.
Yeah. But I think that's part of the joy of the game, is this is the tower I want to play around, so what level can I play? Or the other way around, right? This is the level I want to play, so what towers should I be working with? It's matching your tools. Hell yeah.
What experience you on after that? Like,
so
can I check these
number
easy?
At the top, that number there, 1791, I think that's kill count. I think it's a kill count.
Yeah, it is. Can't be the experience. Although we are still really close to that. I think so we're getting more experience in the later rounds.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
because otherwise you'd like, the level 5 upgrades can cost like 120,000 experience or something. Otherwise you just never get there. I'm stoked. I think we'll get overdrive on this run, and I think it'll really help us. How close are we to another tier of something or another for glue gunner and for sniper?
Great question. Glue gunner now has the ability to take it, but they also already have Moab glue unlocked. They're just without the money.
Okay, nice.
To do that at the moment, overdrive still just eludes us. The sniper also hasn't really been leveling up at all, apparently.
Not a lot yet. Although they're more expensive. They'll be there. In a level or two, they'll be there.
Yeah, but if I'm getting so much experience on the others, if experience is shared...
It's because you only have one tower. So it's not so much about contribution, but you are getting, I think, a multiplier because you have more of the other tower types. Yeah. And it's affected, I think, if I'm remembering correctly, by how much money you've put into them. So since the tack shooters are 4 and they're all fully upgraded, they're getting a ludicrous amount of experience because you've invested so much in them.
Oh, that makes a bunch of sense.
Sniper will start leveling faster once we can put more money into it.
Yeah,
kind of a fun little meta
firing.
game, actually, right? That's the thing that I like in tactics games is not just how do I win, but how do I get the experience on the right units in this level? How do I win more? How do I lethal plus? Like, how do I deploy my underleveled assassin here, knowing that they can't kill anything on their own, but get them those last hits?
It's that extra constraining factor to play around.
Yeah. I can't believe we're playing Monkey.
Monkey is fun. I like Monkey.
Monkey is fun, dude. Monkey's fun. And you can just start to play to your joy in this game a lot. The Moabs are coming. So maybe we should buy Moab glue.
Incoming!
Probably save us. Oh, ceramics too.
Seriously?
Did you use the active there?
I did not.
We only leaked 4. We have 100 lives. That honestly was not a terrible outcome.
I've been defaulting to fast forwarding through everything.
When death comes in Monkey, it comes immediately. You'll be doing okay, and then suddenly it's the wave that it's not the straw that broke the camel's back. It's the whole friggin' hay bale.
It's the farm that broke the camel's back.
They just catapult the whole farm at the camel. Yeah, this is not kind.
I think I'm gonna have to be active on fast forwarding and unfast forwarding when I see something that looks like it's gonna be a bit more of a threat.
Yeah, we're kind of in that zone now, huh? Regrow rainbow and camo rainbow. So that's okay. That's okay. Oh, it's overdrive! To the moon.
It's looking good.
That is a very fierce looking individual.
It looks like an altar in Doom Eternal. That's what it looks like.
It totally does. Yeah, unfortunately, it cannot help you with these Chamo balloons.
Yeah.
Which is a little bit awkward.
So the other one is... So I either have characters that can hit camo, or there are other ones later on that reveal camoed characters for everyone else to hit.
Yeah, like your mortar. Mortar can do this. Mortar has the flare to do this. But yeah, there's a tower that gives flare, that same kind of effect. The sub has an ability that can reveal camo balloons. So yeah, there's some cool stuff.
That makes a good case for trying to
doing signal flare.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it kind of makes sense with as much as we've invested in our tack shooters. Just to make sure that they're contributing in those cases. But I don't know. This is one part that I'm bad at is like, is there a wave with so many camos that we just won't win without reveal? I really don't know. It might be enough to just have Quincy and the sniper carry, but it might not be. I don't have that level of depth of knowledge.
I mean, I guess it's also possible that I just, start investing more in the sniper monkey. Get another one out, upgrade them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because once they once they have shrapnel and a few more levels up top, like those higher level camos, like the rainbow camos, they're gonna one-shot them, and so that's certainly helping.
So my worry right now, because I have the sniper and I have Quincy, is groups of camo that I can't get. Well, Quincy has like a kind of a chain shot, a hit that hits other, like a glaive effect.
Do they have a pierce?
Bounce is the word I was looking for.
A bounce, a ricochet, some kind of bounce, some kind of. Yeah, you're right. They do have that, and that's why we didn't get destroyed by that wave, right? Was Quincy going ham? Quincy. I like Quincy. I like Quincy. Quincy is notably one of the cheaper heroes. So some of the heroes are so expensive that you can't play them when you first start. And so you have to figure out, like, how are you going to survive to get enough money to play them out? Like one that I like, Benjamin. Game over, man. He's the hacker monkey. So he just sits and hacks. He doesn't fight, but he makes you a ton of money. But he's like 1,000 gold or something. Maybe 1,200. You have to save up to be able to play the monkey. And then he just talks about how the game's over, man, for the whole freaking level. So he's pretty annoying, frankly. He's never contributed to a monkey battle, but I like him.
That's an additional price that you have to pay. You have to pay the 10,000 or 1,000 to pick him up, and also listen to him say. It's gonna be 10,000
if you want me to be optimistic. Part of the cost. Hacker monkey. You don't come free.
Oh, it's doing so well.
Dude, that overdrive turret is going crazy. Fortified. Armored Bloons. We're going to be happy for that upgraded sniper.
So, wait, are they not just out yet?
What do you mean?
The armored ones. These are
yeah,
not
no,
the armored
it's
ones, it's
giving you some heads up. It's like they're coming. No, because those are just camo. Armored.
Oh, they're so fast. Quincy, come on. Quincy, fight faster. Quincy.
This thing reloads pretty fast too, I think. So. His ability. I think you can use it like every level or every level and a half. The other tack shooters are so bored.
Come on, man. Let us get a shot in. Come on. I've been training all year. Come on.
And the left side is just total B team.
But look, when they're important, they will have been ridiculously important.
Big agree. Big agree.
Yeah.
We can unlock shrapnel.
Ah, yeah.
Oh, were you saving for deadly precision?
It's so far away that I feel like I do just want to invest more into them instantly.
Honestly, part of the reason why I want to see shrapnel is I didn't play it a lot, and the one time I did, it felt really effective. But like I'd love to see it more and just try to get a feel for like how many kills is that racking up, you know? Seemed like they did a lot of damage there. Like they got 35 kills in their first deployment as a sniper. It's pretty good.
So this sniper monkey has 3,400 kills. This tack shooter that's done all of the work, 9,600. It's a third. That's I would not have marked the sniper monkey as having been.
I think it might be counting all the layers, by the way, is part of why they're able to do that. Because their shots are only coming out bop, bop, bop. But that full metal jacket is cutting through 4 layers or something, right? And now
good enough for me.
I've always been surprised by what the sniper can accomplish, even with that slow attack speed.
How close
the
are you
tack
getting?
zone.
Oh, still pretty far.
It's so expensive. The tier 5s are so expensive. It's like...
I just want to get into the tack zone.
I also would like to be in the zone of tax.
Oh yeah, these armored ones ain't anything.
Nah, we sniped them. How's our mortar doing? Do we want to do anything with Mortar Man?
That's a great question. Man. Let's take him by the hand and see if we can unlock an ability that we understand. Something in like the signal flare area. So what, it's 22,000 here. Oh, okay, so that's not just cumulatively purchasing them for us.
No, but that would be nice.
Got some upgrades, bud.
Maybe some Bernie stuff is going to be nice for us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe that's going to feel good. Plus, we put some sweet, sweet paint job on our mortar launcher there. It looks way more fast now that it has flames.
It's going to fire so much faster.
Yeah.
What next?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Definitely reminds me of, you know, there's some things that are funny to you when you're younger, and then as you get older, it loses its luster, right? And maybe it's because your humor outgrows it, your palate matures, or maybe it's just a fatigue effect. You've heard that humor so many times that you're just done with it. But the one game funny that has never stopped being funny for me is the concept that in Grand Theft Auto, you can steal a car, drive it into a paint shop, and change it from red to blue, and it just no one can figure that out. It's
no, but that car was blue. The car was definitely blue.
All right, so it's got the same plate number, but
can't be the
it's
same.
gotta be. It's driven by exactly the same person. It's
In the same area, exactly where we lost it.
and I can see him killing someone right now. But I'm pretty sure the car that was involved in the previous one was grey. And that's
grey.
steel blue.
That's different.
They,
Different.
they changed the hex code by 1 digit on one side. That's enough.
I guess in fairness, like, who has ever actually painted a car in 30 seconds, right? It's like an actual paint job for your car. Ability! Oh my god. I think we're gonna live. Oh my god.
Whoa!
Pyromaniac.
Try me in the next game.
Maybe that's why they're so confused, is they're like, it's not that the car is a different color, it's that it's a different color in the same hour. So
Yeah, I mean,
So-
that would confuse me, I think.
who
I think it's fair.
who painted a car so quickly? You would just be using house paint. You just dump buckets on the car. It's all covering the window. It's totally undrivable.
You would definitely have it covering the windows and windshield entirely, but I'm imagining a solution because you drive in and drive out so quickly, and usually it is just you park in a garage, right?
Yeah.
Or at least San Andreas and prior to that, the ones that I played were.
Yeah.
But
I never played these games, by the way, so this is secondhand humor for me. I've
Fair.
watched.
I kind of like the idea of, like, you know, those drive-through car washes that they occasionally have at like a gas
It's
station.
just spray paint.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually how they paint cars. By the way, it is like a hand spray. You're not using a brush.
I've
They
seen
spray coat.
Yeah, I've seen the individual. Sorry, I thought you were saying that's how they paint cars. They drive them through a
not a
car
car
washer that just
No,
instead of soap,
no.
it has
But-
acrylic paint.
But it seems like you could do something like that, right? You'd have to put a cover over. No, this is dumb, but it works in our cartoon.
Oh,
you
that
just-
said something. I accidentally skipped through.
We just don't worry about the wheels. The wheels get painted too. Just paint those. Just take the wheels off and then drive it through.
Relentless glue.
Yeah. Never give up.
Yeah.
Dude, we got a lot of XP on the glue gunner. That's nice. Super glue. Wow, they're double wielding. They're dual wielding glue guns. Should we be putting them on strong target?
Oh, they have targeting. Yes. I thought it was only the snipers that had targeting.
No, like everybody's got targeting. Yeah. The only things that don't have targeting are totally untargeted towers, like the tack shooter, right? It just shoots. Even Quincy has targeting.
That's 35. Okay, that's a bit far. Even Quincy has targeting.
But I kind of like Quincy on first, right? Because that's really, we want them on cleanup duty.
Yeah,
Seems
exactly.
natural.
Okay, strong. This doesn't have targeting naturally. Okay, so that's. I think I rooted to this because that was
Because
like
of tack
basic.
shooters? No, it totally makes sense. Dude, they're really throwing the chamos at us. But they're kind of spreading them out now, and we're pretty good at that. But we'll be happy to have the signal flare, right? I think so. Man, they're fast. This is notably on sped up mode, so if for those of you who are watching and are like, how do you play this? It's too fast. You don't have to run the waves that fast. You can run them at a slower speed, but I think for us, it feels more natural to play it faster so that we can actually get through the 80 rounds and maybe look at some more towers.
Definitely true, and exactly the design goal in mind. So I do okay against ceramics. I do pretty good against Moabs as well.
Yeah, because of the glue.
It's the camouflage that's a bit rough.
Don't forget to take a break. Okay, Papa Nintendo. Don't tell me to stop gaming. This is my break.
All right, I'm gonna go stretch my legs. I was told by the video games.
Do you think anyone's ever done that? Because I hope so, actually. I hope that has actually helped someone and they thought, huh, I am gonna take a break. I'm gonna go on a walk.
Yeah, I imagine someone like... I imagine kids just got used to ignoring that. But I imagine someone who's introduced to games later in life is more likely to look at that and go, oh, that's a useful consideration. Oh,
I think the thing is that I always had trouble because our experience and expectations are so different and relative. And so for some people, they're like, wow, I have been sitting in gaming for an hour. Like, it's a good idea to go stretch, right? And that's what ergonomists recommend for people who are working office jobs or desk jobs, is that it's like, 10 minutes for every hour or something like that. Like, you really should be taking a bit of a break every hour or so. But for me, the hour mark is when I've just gotten started, Some of the games that we grew up playing, it's like, I've been playing for an hour. I can't take a break right now. I just finally got my legs. Come back again in 5 hours. It's like, I just finally built up the context. And now I have to sit here and chop down trees in Drainer Village for 10 hours.
Of course. It's... I find myself in a similar position. I don't really take the appropriate short, kind of consistent breaks. Instead, I will get to the end of 5, 6 hours.
Every couple hours.
Yeah, exactly. I've heard you say that, right? Get up, stretch my legs, grab a drink of water. You can do the same. You also kind of like offer that opportunity to the audience as well. And at least once I've taken that opportunity. So you've done it.
Oh, good. I'm doing it, but it's because it came out of a human's mouth. It was the fire that came out of the monkey's head. You pay attention to that fire.
It's a lot more relatable.
Yeah.
We have now Super Monkey, Ninja Monkey, Wizard, Alchemist, Druid. Super Monkey throws hundreds of darts at hypersonic speed with a huge attack range. Stealthy and Fast Monkey that throws bladed shurikens to pop the balloons can target camo balloons.
Straight up. It's right there on the 10.
The Wizard can upgrade to a variety of spells, hurls magical bolts at them, harnessing the powers of science and magic, splashes balloons with acid, also brews various potions with different effects. So I imagine the Alchemist might have something along the lines of a slow, possibly along their line of a different upgrade. Do slows stack? Well, number one, is that true? Number two, do slows stack if they do?
They don't have a slow, but they do have some debuffing effects. And as a general rule, things do stack, yes. They also have support functions. They can throw potions at their friends. It's a mixed tower.
I'm gonna go with that. I think that's gonna be like an upgrade debuff kind of situation.
Check them out. It's a cool unit.
Potion splash in a larger area. Yeah, so I assumed it was gonna be some sort of a splash kind of situation.
And this is Berserker Brew. Go ahead.
Throws helpful potions at nearby monkeys that allow them to pop leg balloons. So, so allowing other ones to do things like that. There's the Berserker Brew. This is one you wanted to mention?
No, I just was saying that top line, that's your support line. That makes the monkeys around you better, period. More damage, more targeting effects, more everything. Yep.
Berserker Brew becomes permanent on monkeys who drink it, so they just have the extra damage range and attack speed.
Because what happens is when they take a potion, my understanding is before permanent brew, they get a number of attacks out of it. And so basically it'll be, I don't know what the number is, but they get like 5 attacks with the Berserker's Brew and then it wears off. And so permanent brew is particularly useful if you have a lot of towers you're trying to buff or if the towers have high attack speed. if they're really slow attackers, like a mortar, you might not need permanent brew because they can keep it online without it. And this is one of the situations to where having mortar closer to the road might be good, because you want the alchemist by the road to throw at the balloons, but it needs to be in range of your towers to buff them if you're doing that. So all of a sudden, like a sniper might want to be close to the road because of an alchemist.
Right. That makes a decent amount of sense. I kind of like the idea of trying to get these to do a Berserker permanent. I don't think we're getting to 30,000 on this, but I like the idea
where we're headed.
Yeah, I like the idea of moving that direction for the overdrive.
Oh, that would be good.
What's the highest level of them? Called something?
Tack zone. The tack zone. You can only have one level 5, by the way, reminder. So if we have 4 tack shooters, only one of them gets to go to the tack zone. Everybody else only just gets to watch.
Also very true.
It's worth checking out those other lines on the Alki, though. They're cool. They have some really cool effects.
So we have potions that dissolve balloons faster. They deal more damage to Moabs and strip fortified off of things. Also strengthens brew and stimulants. So you make sure this line is still pretty good with that. Coats Moab class in explosive substance that causes a large explosion when they are popped. Okay, so you can do a kind of like effect that's going to propagate through. Turns Alchemist into a large, powerful attack monster for 20 seconds. Cool. And Total Transformation does it more. Throws out some potions
it's
faster.
5 monkeys nearby. It creates an army of what's it? Jekyll and Hydes. Yeah.
I like it. I kind of like that I'm not really managing too many active abilities at the moment, but that is particularly appealing. If no balloons are nearby Alchemist. Wait, if no balloons are nearby Alchemist can... If no balloons are nearby, Alchemist can drench nearby track with acid. Got it.
Yeah.
Lead to golds gives you the ability to turn enemies into cash, and secret shrink potion converts all affected balloons to red balloons. I'd probably go like that line and then 2 of this, or that full line.
So there's something wicked in the bottom path, because I think you already get gold from popping balloons, and I think that there is a potential that later on this actually comes out money neutral or loses you money, because you're converting balloons to gold, but they're balloons with mini layers or mini balloons inside of them. But in general, it's cool to have a monkey that's not a farm that can be generating you money. And I think for parts of the run, this is money positive. I'll put my foot in my mouth if I tell you exactly how it curves out. But I thought it was cool that Alchemist actually had the make gold effect for balloons.
Yeah.
So you've got, top line is buffing others, bottom line is kind of debuffing and making money, and midline is debuff and attack Alchemist.
Come on! Incoming!
Alchemist. Oh boy. Dude, these camos are wicked. There's too many of them. Oh no, we might be die.
Seriously?
Die. Oh. Live. GG.
GG.
It was too many camos. GG. Do you want to try it again? This is the iteration loop.
It's free to continue even, which I imagine is like the first time they give you it free.
Yeah, first one's free. We can beat it. We can use a similar build, refine a little bit, and get a little bit better at doing camos. I would suggest it, because I think it's a lot of the fun of Bloons to say we were close.
Let's do it, yeah, especially because we'd been discussing it prior. So, Quincy, I don't know if I feel great about his position by the end there.
Yeah. What are you thinking, like, maybe actually more close to, like, in between the 2 levels, closer to the river, like there-ish?
Thinking, like, anywhere where he can target multiple, like, all 3 lions, if possible. Because then his ricochet shot goes along the camo that get there.
Puts in more work for the whole level. I like that. I like that a lot.
Are you kidding me? Nothing.
And then, are we still doing Tack Zone?
But yeah, I still really want to get Tack Zone off. And it's also the closest we have to a level 5 upgrade, right?
Would you consider only doing tack shooters on this right side so that we can focus on upgrading more towers further? Okay. I think it'll pay off. He's going to get him. He's totally going to get him. Quincy. Go, Quincy.
Oh, yeah.
Good work, Quincy.
Nice. Oh, that's enough to get the tack shooter too. Let's go, baby. Okay, then I think this will be money, because the only time that Bloons were getting over to the left side was like camos, which the other tack shooters aren't doing anything to unless we have some decloaking anyway.
I'm not sure
I felt the glue too.
Yeah, the glue I was really, really jazzed about. I'm not sure I was so jazzed about the mortar, though.
The mortar, unless we're using it to decloak. Higher level big burst is good for those later levels, but yeah, we got really razzed by camos is really what it boils down to.
There we go. Found the right pixel.
Pixel hunting. Pixel Hunters are us.
There's a lot of that going on in my series at the moment.
Also, here's a thought. What do you think about 2 different builds for our 2 snipers? So like one of the snipers is the build we had before, and the other one goes bot middle. Bot line for the faster shooting. So that one will focus on taking out lots of camos. And the top one will focus on supporting bigger damage and doing slower shot shrapnel. And that way you would get to experience the fast shoot machine gun sniper.
I think that's a good idea.
Because that's what we were struggling with at the end, right? It was lots of camo.
Yeah, many small camo. I like that. I like that. Yeah, let's do something like that, actually. I think we just let this one run, though.
Oh, yeah. This part is kind of... At first, I was kind of annoyed by this stage of having to catch back up to round 54. But I started to see it as kind of like that breather time between levels in Hades, to where it's like, okay, I know where I'm going. And so this is a chance for me to relax and to think through what do I need to do? You know, what do I need to do with economy? What are the slight changes?
I could definitely see myself getting into that kind of loop. Yeah. So quick.
I don't know what else we're missing now. I don't know what else we need. I mean, at the end of the day, there's a ton of things that could work, right? Like, certainly we could put a monkey buccaneer between the 2 roads on the river and it would be really good. Certainly we could use subs and it would be good. Certainly pushing out alchemy would be really good. Like, there's a ton of things that are known quantity, but this is also a bit of us expressing our own build goal, our own build desire.
And I just need to see Tack Zone, frankly.
Heck yeah, we want to see Tack Zone. I think we can get to it this time too, right? I think we can. We're pushing it. How much experience do they have? They're like at 5,000 or something? 6,000?
11.
Whoa, they're close, dude. We're gonna... Okay, and that's with all that we spent on upgrades already. We will get there in this round.
Hell yeah.
I believe.
And of course, we can have to invest in them to get the higher EXP, right?
Are we planning to Alki, and where are we playing them? Like, are they going to try to buff Quincy? Are they going to try to buff one of our snipers? Are we not going buff path?
I kind of like... Well, see, the thing is, I like the buff path, but I like the buff path if we can get it to permanently adhere, which I don't think is going to happen. And then I would want to position it such that it just hits the level 5 tack shooter.
Yeah. Or, I mean, like, it's permanent, right? So it can hit as many people as it wants.
Oh, okay. So I thought it was going to be a singular target.
It's not just one brew. No. They can, as many people as they can reach. Yeah. The time where not permanent becomes a problem is when they're not hitting your most important tower because they're hitting the other ones, right? But if they can only reach the level 5, then they don't even really need to be permanent because they'll just sit there and pretty much spam at them.
Ooh. Well, yeah, but if it is over 5 shots, then the overdrive
it's going to wear off. Yeah. That's like the fastest shooting thing in the game, right? Yeah. See, these are moments to where I wish I had the wiki-like knowledge. And, you know, you gotta play, gotta engage.
The positioning of this doesn't really matter too much, right?
Unless we're buffing it.
Yeah. Although, I guess, like, an alchemist sitting here... I don't know what its area of effect is, though.
Can we check it?
It is... Where? Do I not have access to it in this one?
It's below the military because it's a magic monkey.
Right. I cannot drag it out onto the field just yet. Well, I don't need to put anything down right now.
Yeah. And then we could see where it fits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that's right. Putting the slow shooting sniper in range of it might not be bad, right? And then have the fast shooter somewhere else. Oh, so it's pretty big range.
You'd be able to affect all of those.
That's pretty nice.
So that means the fast shooting sniper would go here, and then the slow is at the back, right? The fast is at the front.
I was thinking the slow would benefit more from the perma-brew, or from the brew, right? Because it's gonna get more bang for its buck, basically.
It will, but if we're putting an alchemist down here anyway, and one of the snipers is going, well, I guess
they shoot the whole map.
Yeah, if they shoot the whole map, it doesn't matter. We just put the slow one here, and then put the fast one.
Yeah.
It could even be in the same area. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it could get buffed too. Yeah, I don't really. This actually, it'll be good science to see, how long the buffs are lasting when they're wearing off. That could be really telling. Maybe they don't even buff the tack shooters because it's not a monkey. I don't actually know. Can you put a potion on a tack shooter? This will be good science.
I hope you can.
I hope that they do buff. Maybe there's a monkey in it. It's kind of like a StarCraft bunker.
Mm-hmm.
There's a monkey in there.
Visually similar at the absolute least.
Monkey.
The position really doesn't matter as long as it's within the same realm of the
monkey.
other. And so one of them is going the night goggles full metal jacket, but this one being the slower one. Oh, well, so this is going those, right? It's not going fast firing. The other one's going fast firing. Got it.
When I play games like this, I always think about what kind of app would I build? What kind of auxiliary tool could I build that would be really useful? Mm-hmm. Like when Stardew Valley came out and people started making farm planning tools, which is really cool, right? Like plan ahead for what your farm is going to look like so you don't have to science it out as you go, and so you can be a little bit more efficient. And I definitely think it would be cool to do like a Bloons planning tool. Like, what is my end game, and what are the money checkpoints, and like who am I putting where when? That would be really, really neat, because that would let you do some of the theory crafting without having to spend the time of going through the waves, and just kind of look where it's all going to line up.
Yeah, I think that would be a reasonably good kind of application partner for this kind of thing. Just seeing like what balloons are going to appear on what waves, what kind of things you have to be prepared for. And then
and like play lines. Yeah. I'm very good at coming up with ideas for other people to make something, which is maybe a question for my net impact on Earth. I have all these things for you to build. I'm going to play games, but you can build this with your coding skill.
You want some?
Capitalize on the strengths that you have, and other people can capitalize on what they have.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. How are you feeling about this little monkey village we have? I like it. It's a powwow.
I like the density of it, but I do feel like I really want something that can track
You want some?
Do I want to target last? Probably not. No, first. So it'll target there. Someone that'll be able to catch something going through, because I am kind of worried about that. But we did get camo up faster than we had previously.
Wonder if someone like do you ever just put a frost monkey out by themselves to catch, and like put the one that like causes them to explode? I'm trying to think who would be a really good catcher, because what's coming out the back end, it's just going to be a bunch of small things. You know what it could be, honestly, is maybe instead of doing 2 other tack shooters, we just have one, but they need a way to detect camo.
And that's like down in this area, something like a
either that or the mortar with the signal flare. Yeah, because that's really all we're struggling with is at least in the 50s, it's those big camo waves, right?
So is the second sniper monkey still taking the night vision? It's just taking the lower path as well, or is it going full metal?
I was thinking that it would go full in on bottom path and splash middle. So it's rapid fire camo destruction, and this one is mix DPS and single target kills, right? Like focusing on going large caliber direction and taking out those big hitters.
But this one also has the ability to help us with camo, and so does Quincy. Like, with those three set up, especially near an alchemist, I think we might be fine for a while.
Yeah, we will be fine for a while. It was wave 54 where we died to that exact set, right? Yeah. Yeah.
So, you,
Agreed.
larger potions. I think, so potion splashing in a larger area is the area around my character the potion splash zone, or is that just my targeting zone for it?
That's just the targeting zone. I don't know how big the default radius is for potions. We'll have to keep an eye on them as they go off. And like when it's saying potion splash in a larger area, that's not buff potions yet. That's killing enemy potions because they don't start buffing until we get to acidic mixture drip. Yeah, buffs only. You'll see it because it'll pop up a little icon and the monkeys will have a little bubble effect and it'll be like, oh, okay, they're buffed. They're doing something.
Well, I mean, this allows us to destroy lead, right? Which was part of what we were trying to address
Part of our
with the
trouble in
mortar.
the beginning. Yeah, yeah. Well, you know what we could do is we're gonna unlock more stuff. There's 2 other units that have camo detection that can be shared, and we're close to them. And it's Ninja, and it's because I think Ninja has. Well, Wizard has Shimmer, which is shared camo detection. I don't know if Ninja can share camo detection, but they might.
Ooh. All right, Ninja, what can you do?
Check them out. There
They
it
can
is.
strip
We could,
camo. Yeah.
yeah, we could go counter espionage, and Ninja's pretty sweet, dude. It's a fun. I like all the towers. I'm just gonna say X is pretty sweet. I like to deploy Monkey to field to apply damage to Balloon.
That seems like an appropriate
Consider Monkey.
direction to be taking. I think we could go like a 5-2 with this. Or I keep
like
saying
it.
5-2, but are we going as far as that? Probably not.
Yeah, but it's the vision. It's the goal. I also think that Ninja is great for this job because part of our trouble was just deeps on small balloons, right? And Ninja is great at DPS on small balloons. Without seeking Shuriken, we will want to try to line up this monkey, I think, to where they can kind of throw down the line. So kind of right there by that bottom tack shooter actually is pretty good. Yeah,
That gets 2 kind of lines, one up, one
yeah,
down.
I think that kind of works, right? I think that kind of works.
Or does it want to go here to go down, like,
Well,
up and
if
down
it's
2
doing
different
counter
lines?
espionage, we want it to be mostly before the other monkeys, right? So that
Right.
the camo is stripped by the time it gets there.
Right.
That's my thinking.
No, it makes a lot of sense. There's our acidic
Heck
mixture.
yeah, nice. Okay, now we get to start seeing buffs. I know, right? I never really know here, like, is Perishing Potion stronger than just throwing faster? It seems like throwing faster is pretty good.
Yeah, especially because we're going to want the buffs relatively consistently and not getting to the top level of that. I feel like that makes some sense. I want to get my large caliber out here relatively soon, though.
Close. Once we get it online, we'll have enough invested in the snipers that they'll start leveling up a lot faster, and that'll feel good. Oh, we just don't have money. It's unlocked. We just need 1,600, right? Monkey.
It's doing pretty well so far. There's our 16.
Boom. Now they're going to obliterate Big Bloon. When is the first Moab?
That
Is
whole
that
wave
40?
they killed before it came on screen.
Yeah, because they're going through all of the levels and also shrapnel, right? It's ridiculous. It's so good.
So this one would want to go more for the
Deadly
individual
precision.
target.
Yeah. And we have plenty to start doing that and still get faster firing if we still want to install the other sniper, but we might not need to do that until like wave 45 or something, right? Wave 40 is, I think, the Moab, and so that means we might want to get Glue Monkey to Moab Glue by then, which shouldn't be too hard, I don't think. I think that's doable.
So lead. How are we dealing with lead at the moment?
It's the Alki.
The Alchemist can
It's
do.
Alky and the sniper with acidic mixture. Acidic mixture drip on Alky would do it. Corrosive glue does it. Sniper will do it.
Okay. Mob glue is 3,000 away. It's still rough.
Yeah,
But
it's
it did-
expensive. It's an expensive one.
Yeah, it did come online last time at the right time, so I feel I'm
Yeah.
pretty confident it will again.
Is our sniper on strong
Mm-hmm.
in anticipation of Moab? They are, right? Okay.
Glue gun is on first.
Maybe they need to go strong in anticipation of that too. Yeah, I like it. Especially with the corrosive glue. It's like, we don't want them shooting reds.
Mm-hmm.
It's a waste. Nice deeps.
Seems to be doing pretty damn well. All right, Alchemist. I kind of want to wait for Berserker Brew, to be honest.
Yeah, I like it.
No Bloons are nearby Alchemist. No, that's not. Yeah. Oh wait, no, but that would be. So that's a preparation to like make the trap.
It's a trap. Yeah, exactly. It's an acid trap. Exactly.
That does have an appeal.
It's not bad, dude. It's definitely not bad. Maybe our purchases are this and then nothing until Moab glue, and that's perfect.
Mhm.
There it is. So you see the buff. So they do the tack shooter. That's good. And it's actually lasting for a decent little time. Not very long, I guess. Not very long, but it's lasting like fully on the sniper because the sniper shoots so slow.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be so good on you ultimately. And then yeah, we're still waiting for Moab glue. So if it comes out on round 40, we'll have Moab glue in time, thankfully.
Yeah.
Handily. in
Money
fact.
is accelerating now. Heck, we're gonna get it this beginning of this next round. Go, baby. So what's next?
Look at the faster
Purchase-wise.
throwing.
How's our ninja? Can we unlock some of their abilities to get them going? Because we want to start spending money on them, or they won't. They'll barely level up.
Almost certainly.
Certain.
So let's get distraction. I kind of want to also just then wait
Soon.
for counter
Yeah.
espionage.
Yeah. And then start top pathing to get them throwing a little faster.
Mm-hmm.
My balloons are distracted. How do you distract a balloon?
You just gently blow air in its direction. That's enough of a distraction, I feel. Just
That's all you gotta do, man. I don't know why these guys have mortar launchers and stuff. They could just be gently throwing breeze.
Mhm.
Why not install more fans? I am a little bit concerned about the fact that some of the balloons are lead.
Yeah,
Kind of a
that.
lead zeppelin.
I'm just concerned by how they floated towards us at all.
That's true,
If the
because
lead
that would
balloons were
indicate...
rolling, I'd be fine.
Wait a minute. Are we actually looking... Is this some kind of non-Euclidean nonsense? The balloons want to float up. So is the suggestion that up is shaped like Candyland?
I was gonna go more in a realm of like air is just extremely dense in this world.
And that's why the balloons they're running. They're not
Yeah.
actually attacking us. They're trying to escape the dense air of hell that's behind them. Yeah. Why do the monkey hate balloons so much, man?
To get to the other side, I'm pretty sure.
I don't think so.
It does sound like a setup for an old-timey kind of bass joke. Counter espionage. There we go.
Heck yeah, nice.
Get him, bud.
I want to see if this is effective enough. I'm hoping that the attack comes out fast enough. That's my biggest concern, is that they won't have much coverage.
Mhm.
But, look at the Pierce, right? Once we get some ninja discipline online, the coverage will be good. Uh-oh. Okay. Come on! This is the time to figure out... Is it time to play fast shooting sniper set to first?
Yeah, we should probably get another sniper on board.
Okay. Or maybe just upgrade attack shooter. Like, is one of them close to overdrive? Because that would have solved that too.
Ish. Yeah, about 1,000 off.
Can we live? Can we make it? Because that'd do it.
There. Yeah, we're going top line with this. I think I at least want to get that
That's
upgrade
pretty
on
cheap.
you.
Yeah. That's nice.
And then, yeah, let's hold out for overdrive. Especially because it's not immediately giving us more Moabs.
Yeah, yeah. I think that overdrive is freaking huge. Yes.
Camo Bloons, regrow rainbow. Camo Bloons. So, do I want to continue overstacking in this area? What would I want to consider instead, right?
That might be fine because that's just more targets other than the tack shooter to get buffed. It's kind of funny because the tack shooter just uses the buff so quickly. But I don't know. We want to be buffing units with a lot of upgrades, I guess, is one consideration. But we're going to go in on the sniper monkey, I think, bot line.
Yeah, pretty much all of these are going to kind of pick up a lot. Maim Moab. Do we want to save experience? No. I mean, we could, but this is so cheap.
I think we should try to get semi-auto right here. I like that. And as you say, it doesn't cost that much.
Okay. Going night vision, fast firing on you. We've got camo.
Are we just
going
gonna leave this one on first so that they're just focused on whatever's in the front?
Yeah,
I think so. I
think ultimately that makes a lot of sense. Nice. All right.
I wonder how our kills are lining up. Who's our kill leader?
I am Quincy.
It's Quincy.
It's not the tack shooter. It is the
Quincy.
sniper monkey.
Oh, it's the sniper. Holy crap. Look at him go, man. That's interesting. This makes me want to do like cost to value analysis, right? Because the sniper is 380. Camo is what? About 350. Shrapnel is 300 something. So we're talking like 1100 gold total. The large caliber was a bit more expensive. Maybe it was 1600 or something.
Yeah, it was like 16.
So this is like a 3000 gold monkey right now. As compared to the overdrive, which is more, significantly more. Maybe it's
Do they
4,000.
sell for like half their value or like 75%? That might be a good metric.
Oh, that's a good point. We can see it is based on investment. Yeah, but I don't know exactly what the ratio is. And ultimately, it's not fair to just do a pure kills analysis, right? Because it's like they're killing different types of things. The tack shooter's job is to clean up small stuff. If there's not a ton of small stuff, then maybe it's doing its job.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you have a unit that just kills Moabs, it having 4 kills is great.
It's great. It's fantastic. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and the snipers get a lead because they get to attack right when things spawn in. So that makes sense. Ninja is trying to pull some weight.
Sharp shurikens up.
Sharpie can
pop 4 balloons each. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna definitely get like enough camo reveal here, I feel, to be comfortable.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm feeling good about this build right now.
I don't know if I'm like appropriately or too concerned about the idea of the top half just being, you get past us, well, I hope the snipers can finish you.
Yeah, I think it's okay. I don't think that you have to have perfect coverage of every part of the track in this game so much as you need to make sure that where you do have coverage, it works, right? I hope we can get it. I hope we can get it this run. I think we can. Will we have the gold to pay for it even?
Yeah, that's going
like
to be the big problem at the time. But we'll
30,000
get like
gold upgrade or something. Yeah.
Around.
I think that the wave I'm worried about later is that there's some late waves to where there's like an army of ceramics, and I'm worried about that. But the glue gunner will help, and maybe we end up wanting to deploy another gluer, like right in front of the sniper. You know, right there by the water's edge that has the midline with the spread with the scatter glue. That could work. That could maybe work. There's also one that I think lets you, like by default, you can't reapply glue to something that's already glued, but I think there's an upgrade that lets you. I didn't play glue gunner a lot, but I'm trying to dredge. Dang, they're working. I'd love to see like the value of the buff from the alchemist, right? Like how much damage has the alchemist caused by buffing?
Yeah,
That'd be great.
I just want more stats. Give
I
me
just
more
want more stats on these monkey. I like having the little stat meters. Who's doing what and how many times?
You can unlock acid pool. Yeah, I think I like that.
Might as well, right? It's pretty cheap. We know we're gonna do it. Splat. Burned him.
Okay, it just seems like it's
actually
always
wearing
got
off.
something to do now.
Yeah, yeah. Make sure that this is like in a colony sim, making sure that your colonists always have something to do, right?
Mm-hmm. No downtime. No one is
downtime.
allowed to have any recreational time at all in my colony.
You will not play horseshoes. Not here. Not today.
Pick up the hand grenade. That's what you're on today. Semi-automatic.
We could unlock
That was
semi-auto.
upgrade.
I think it's going to be great for us. I think that might solve our problems, actually, or a lot of them. Look.
That Moab didn't even get to the overdrive. Our largest investment was not useful then.
Not yet. Not yet.
It's true.
So, note that that's also only semi-auto. That's only level 3. It goes to 5.
It seems like it goes to 11.
Machine gun sniper do go to 11, I think. How do they make it shoot so fast? Don't they have to aim down sights?
You're not allowed to play. Unallowed.
Everybody else is benched. Take a breather. Right now. Take a breather. Soon, dude. Soon. Soon. This team is very browns and grays.
Mm-hmm. It's not really taking full advantage of the cartoony kind of color palette, but...
No, it's like Candyland? No, thank you.
Damned if it's not effective, though.
More like Death Race. That movie was so dumb. Did you see that movie? Oh my. Super dumb.
Oh, I might be thinking of a different movie. Are we talking about the Jason Statham death race? The prisoners have a race and the people who win get let out and everyone just fights?
Right.
Yeah.
And it's basically like Battle Mario Kart because they're racing, but there's like power-ups and stuff. But it's a whole movie. So imagine more grays and reds in Mario Kart, except everybody is actually going to die, and it lasts an hour and a half, and that's the movie.
If you've ever played Mario Kart and wondered why can't I throw down just like caltrops? Why do I gotta mess around with this banana? Why can't I throw in a spike strip? Why can't I put spikes on either side of my tire and then just veer my car into someone else?
More like Spy Hunter, but at scale. Yeah, that old arcade game.
I never played Spy Hunter.
You ever played Spy Hunter? I played FlashWavePlayer.com was one of very, very many Flash game sites back in the day, and it had an arcade section.
Awesome.
And like arcade, like not just arcade as in a games arcade, but arcade games. And Spy Hunter was an arcade game to where you are driving a car, and it's kind of like it's that perspective to where you basically see the road, but you're driving up it. If that makes sense, like it's from top down, but the road is moving. It's like you're on a treadmill, right? And you are moving around to avoid things, but also over time you get power-ups like you can drop an oil slick behind you to get cars pursuing you off your tail, and then later on you get weaponry so that you can take out like helicopters that are attacking you and stuff. Yeah. And one of the things that you get is exactly the death race thing. It's the spikes coming out of your wheels, so where you can go into other cars and just, strip them up. Yeah.
It's remarkably effective in the film, so I imagine it would still be. That would hold.
There's a person in my neighborhood that's done this with their rims, and their car looks dangerous to me. I would not want to park near it. It's kind of cool to see, but also it seems very impractical. I'd be constantly worried about stripping curbs.
Yeah, it's
hard to drive a car with spike wheels, and it doesn't seem. It's like trying to drive a supercar. It's just always in the way.
It seems a bit much.
It's a lot. but I respect that they did it. There's a lot of gumption involved.
Oh yeah, you have to definitely want that because you've got to find someone who's specially okay with putting that on a car.
I bet they did it. A lot of people here are like contractors and mechanics.
11.
It's time.
11.
Do we have the money?
I've been saving it up this whole time. That'll
Let's
come
go,
later.
baby.
BFB
Okay. Ooh,
incoming.
it's time for the next class.
But
of
BFB.
blimps.
Ah.
Big freaking balloon.
Ooh, that's a lot of moa. Oh.
Oh boy. Nice. Nice. Go, sniper, go.
Unlock the tax zone. Thank you.
TV to the tax zone. I actually think the tax zone should be the second one, the one in the top, so it's got the full ring. I think it gets better coverage that way. And that way there's more time for like things to get glued and slowed down and broken up and stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
You like
I agree.
it?
I was thinking initially like, oh, we'll make it this one because then it'll split things and then they'll be affected
Yeah.
by this better, right?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. It's you're weakening the big stuff more on the bottom, and on the top you're cleaning stuff up more, basically. Yeah. The different roles.
Dude,
We're so
just don't have the money for it yet. Just...
Oh boy. Oh boy. Can we do it? Can we do it? Tax zone! Are we gonna die right when we get to the tax zone? Make it happen. Click it. Unlock the tax zone.
Oh,
Unlock it. Let's see it. Yeah, baby.
I was just certain we were dead. That's what happened there. I was just looking at it like
Sniper monkey pulls no punches. No punches are pulled by Snipe Hair. That was really scary and mad close, but we sure did live. Ooh, is it time for main Moab? Or are you going full auto?
I don't know. Immobilizes Moab class balloons. We already immobilized Moab class balloons with the
Okay,
relentless
so go
glue
full
level.
auto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yeah. Monkeys. Yeah.
And wait, you are.
We need $5,000. We'll get there.
Yeah. That's like a single wave's worth.
Yeah.
Headshot.
Oh boy! Good thing we have a tier 5. But look,
Yeah, no
look
good.
what it does. Look at what it does. It just puts in the labor.
No one's even allowed to go near it.
No. And when they do, they regret the death race that they've raced. I should have never done this. I should have never come here.
I know which movie I was confusing it with. It's Death Proof, and it's one of the Grindhouse films that Quentin Tarantino made.
BFB incoming.
Got you.
I don't know why.
There you go.
Constantly
Put the
lives in my
pieces together.
head. Get him, get him, get
There's
him,
a lot
get
of
him,
stuff
get
to
him.
keep in the head.
Headshot.
The old aid. My aid.
The tax zone is
Oh,
remarkable.
it's time. Full auto.
That's disgusting.
Just dumb.
Headshot.
Probably got like 1,000 kills in this one level. Oh, no,
34,000. It was put down significantly after the other Sniper Monkey. To be fair, this one is
Yeah,
based around
yeah.
trying to fire faster, so it's cleaning up some more stuff.
Yeah.
But wow.
Yeah. Yeah. I wish it was easier to tell how good this rap roll was. You know, if that were easier to see, but I struggle.
I actually need to turn this down a little now so that I can hear you while all the shots are going
Yeah.
off.
Yeah, now that we're into the big waves, it does start to get quite loud. Hey, towers time. Sport monkeys time.
So we have Spike Factory, automatically generates piles of road spikes on the nearby track. Excellent last line of defense. Okay, so that's passively going to generate, and then it gets knocked out by something that's made its way through, and then it passively generates like another kind of wall-ish.
Yep, it's like the acid pools that the alchemist is making, but you can upgrade them to be permanent. So just sit there.
A banana farm for currency. We've got the hub of the monkey industry. The monkey village has a number of different abilities to aid you and all of your monkeys. Increases the range of all monkeys in its radius by 10%.
Monkey Village ain't bad.
And an engineer as well. I kind of want to go either Monkey Village or Banana Farm. Do you have a lean one way or the other?
I do, which is if we're planning on playing this on this level, which we might want to, it's Monkey Village. It's way late to be farming.
Mm-hmm.
It's like to start farming, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Ooh. Ooh.
This is the hard part. But we might be able to line it up to reach the Glue Gunner and the Alchemist, or the Glue Gunner and the Ninja, and maybe the Alchemist. Oops, my bad. And that already is pretty good, because those are the two who most benefit from range up, I think.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There is part of me
that
that's like
too.
the tax zone kind of wants
The
it.
the Monkey Village itself will increase its range with one of its upgrades, by the way.
Oh, okay. You go there then.
You
Bigger
live here
radius
now.
on the upgrade.
Mhm.
Cool.
And it's a pretty cheap one. And then hopefully that reaches, you know, the Ninja and the Alchemist. I don't have a good read for what the new radius will be.
Mm-hmm. Is there ever a world where I just
Thingy's
put down
fun.
a second one here? Just like, you get these ones.
There's no sense in range up for snipers is part of the problem. But there's other effects too, so it might be worth looking at the upgrades here. That might inform placement.
Good idea, well made. It increases its range by 10%, so it increases influence radius of the village, attack speed of all monkeys in the radius.
And that
they
is
get-
relevant to snipers.
Mhm. More range, pierce, and projectile speed. They get tier 1 upgrades for free.
But this is only primary monkeys, right? So that's dart monkeys, that's tack shooter, that's all of the first class.
Hmm.
And then there's the military, and then the magic, and then the support, right? So this is only affecting primary monkeys.
Interesting. Grow blocker prevents regrow balloons from working whilst in the radius of the village. Regrow balloons aren't things for
Aren't
us.
trouble for us. Yeah.
We're not that slow.
But radar scanner is an answer sometimes. And like if you're trying to figure out how does my monkeys deal with camo, there's the answer. All of your monkeys being affected by Monkey Village suddenly have camo detection, and that's can frequently be enough. Yeah.
Definitely seems like it's a thing you may plan around relatively consistently. Abilities to increase nearby's effectiveness, and then providing discounts and extra cash on the bottom line here.
Mm-hmm.
Gives you a free dart monkey every
a
round.
lot of the times with Monkey Village, I honestly think that it's enough to just put it in a nice dense place and take the first two top, and like you're getting value out of this village. The monkey commerce stuff can be cool, but you kind of want to plan around it earlier, I think, right? It feels weird to be starting our monkey commerce on round 70. It's
Yeah.
like, it's pretty late. Yeah.
Really want to start that earlier, if at all.
And the mid tier is like, I think we have the camo covered at this point. So this village for us is mostly just some radius and some attack speed. But I think that'll be a lot. More multipliers, bigger number, better number.
Often and typically. Sorry, my responses are a little truncated as I'm trying to.
Oh no, it's all good. I'm speaking to give commentary on things that you're exploring.
Appreciate it. Let's get that double shot out there. That's not too expansive.
Yeah, it's a big upgrade. Ninja is a really, really strong early game carry too.
Mm-hmm.
If you end up going, instead of mid row, if you go top and bottom, take Seeking, because now you have piercing and fast attack speed with a shuriken that actually tracks. You can cover a lot of maps this way. Our team is gorgeous, man.
Oh, they're doing so well. There's only 10 rounds
are.
left. We actually may get a hard victory.
I think we're gonna do it. I think we're gonna do it with this team. We just have to figure out our last, couple pieces of the pie. Is it covering?
Yep.
I think it is. Yeah.
Doesn't get the Alchemist.
Oh, barely not the Alki.
Yes.
That's all
Although,
good.
does it get Jungle Drum? No. Okay, so it's just got one bigger radius, and then the second level is just increasing what it does to them.
Which is too bad because more attack speed on Alki actually also means more buff speed. More multipliers.
Headshot.
And so maybe that's the kind of thing where you're doing some pixel hunting, where you're trying to find the setup here to where you can buff your Alki and your Ninja and your Glue Gunner and then as many of the other units as possible, right? This is also good because we're just leveling up villages, right? Like, there's a certain part of me that's just like, get the levels.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that the buffs stack, for what it's worth.
They don't stack, okay. So I kind of want to just put this here and see if I can get like 3, like those.
Yeah, yeah, and that gets the alky too. Yeah, nice. And then go for level 2 for both of them, I guess.
Yeah.
See if they can get that attack speed. That
Yeah, because
probably
the
gets us
attack
through
speed on
80.
the slow-firing monkey, the sniper Moab here, seems pretty good. Is there any way I end up getting to the 3,000? If anyone's going to do it, it would probably be them with the investment.
Yeah, that's true. We've put a fair bit into those two. Farms. Farms are fun.
No, it's not getting there. Let's just get the main Moab, I think.
Just unlock 2 4s. 4s are big. 4s are good. I think, like, if you just consider the money cost of tier 5s, you're not going to get very many tier 5s by wave 80, right?
Yeah.
1, maybe 2.
16.
But they're awesome when you get them, and they have skulls on their heads. Tax zone.
Okay. Yeah. So we are almost near like the max this is going to be for us without putting down more units.
Whoa. Whoa. Is that Maim Moab? I guess so. It's kind of funny because with Maim Moab, you almost want to have a setup to where, you know, the units can be deepsing them by the start. But I guess that just gives us time to clear everything else, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It splits them up so we only have those to focus on when they come out.
That's smart. That's a good point.
I still can't get...
Jungle drums, driving me mad, making me crazy, crazy. Jungle drums. Yeah, almost. Soon.
Is EXP
I think the
awarded at
experience
the
is
end
awarded.
of the round?
Yeah. You're like, why didn't it change? Still 490, 540.
I really wish I could just see the experience from this screen. That feels like that would be nice.
It would be nice, right? I agree.
Really? What?
It's slow because we've spent so little on it, I think.
Yeah.
But it'll pay off. And you know, it's one of those things like once we do get the next one, now we're spending twice as much on these towers. Now they're leveling up faster. If you feel really confident in your build, you can just spam out more monkey villages right now. That would be a way to level them.
It would, but I kind of like keeping the money in the back pocket for when one of these does pop. Like, for instance, Alchemist is not too far from possibly getting stronger stimulant.
That might happen. That's true. Oh boy. Armored Moabs, that's scary stuff.
I'm really encouraged by how few of these are even getting to the tax shooter, and it's the...
I know. It's only at
level
16,000. It's like, please allow me fight. It shoots so fast that for me, it looks like the attacks are going backwards.
It definitely has an effect like that. It's pulling tax out from behind characters. It pierces them.
Exactly. It's actually a
like
black hole of tax. That's why it's called the tax zone. It's every tack in the universe is being pulled into this one skull.
They're all being called back to the tax zone from where they,
recall.
from whence they came.
The tax zone. Uh-oh. Oh, nope. Sniper. Bigger number, better number. Oh, boy. Oh boy. I didn't expect that to be so scary, man.
Neither did I.
Do we want to like?
just put a
Do we want to
spike
like?
factory up here?
What about a glue gunner? Actually, what about a glue gunner like, in the circle over there on the left with like glue spray, so that you know the sniper has more time to clean up.
Love it.
Seems just crazy enough to work. So would we go midline then for this one? Glue splatter, glue hose. Oh yeah.
It's not far from actually getting super glue though.
Oh geez, that is pretty close.
Oh, 4 rounds.
don't
It's
know.
not going to happen in 4 rounds.
So then, let's go down this midline. Midline's pretty cool too. Glue hose is pretty crazy.
Glue strike.
Glue
Glue's
strike.
all on the screen. I'm tempted.
I like it.
I consider
It's
myself.
a good oh crap button for these last levels when we have another like, oh, all the balloons are out.
and then it was bigger.
I think bottom line, right? Mid and bottom. Because this one doesn't need to... This one's just cleanup.
Yeah. Usually things are on their final form or near by the time they get there.
We should get Glue Strike before Wave 82, which we might appreciate. I bet those villages get to 1,000 XP this level too.
Here's hoping. Oh, they are already, in fact.
Nice.
Let's get your second levels. So I think these
that
are
might
still
be the
more
strongest thing we can
impactful.
do. I agree. Maybe Glue Strike might not happen, and that's probably fine. This is probably better than that. Just having a bunch of super fast attacking units all in this cluster of doom. Cluster of doom works. Oh boy. Oh boy, cluster of doom.
Good lord.
Tax zone, let's go, baby. Let's go.
Right.
This glue gunner is like, I'm ready. Any moment now. You know, in hindsight being as it is, fairly 2020, maybe this glue gunner could have gone like right on the water's edge to the left of our sniper.
Here?
Yeah, there, exactly. That way it's contributing on the approach path and on the leave path, but it's not like just totally stranded. And it probably gets the monkey village there. Oh boy! If you've got glue hose, use it.
What? I'm keeping glue hose. I'm waiting for just Moabs, basically. Just a bunch of Moabs.
I can't believe it's so scary when that happens, but I forget that full auto sniper, like, it'll work. It'll work. Oh my gosh, we're owning this wave. Oh my. Hello?
It's everything. They're not.
It's all of them.
They're not allowed to go to the tax zone.
The tax
They
zone
are
is
balloons,
an
not
exclusive
tax.
members club. You are not a tack. Reject.
I
all
love this. Down here,
balloon.
just waiting for 10 seconds. Yeah, the value of this splitting up their impacts is so good. Final
Yeah.
round for hard difficulty. Throw everything you've got at the Zomg balloon. Do we... I mean, we have nothing to do with our money right now. Do we ever just, like, you know, get a bunch of levels on Quincy or something?
Quincy, son of Quincy. I don't know what you do right here, honestly. You can do whatever you want. You can play out monkeys for experience. You can do anything.
I kind of
Do
want,
we-
like, more Oshish buttons.
Just play out like a dozen tack shooter or tack spike colonies, whatever they're called. The thing that you were just on.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
Sponsored counts. Yeah, let's do that.
Spike colony. Yeah, get in there. You clean up that house. You clean that house up. You just clean it.
Clean it good.
You don't let anyone through this house. This is our house, as you can see from the 600 tacks inside of it. This is the house of tacks.
Surely this is the largest things the Bloons could send at this, right?
Surely.
We're paving the road.
Incoming.
I love this. It's just trying to move.
You are not permitted to move. You will be maimed. Zomg. It's just one Zomg. We destroy it. Oh boy, is it actually hitting those tacks? The spikes up there?
It's so big.
Wow, it's so large that it actually cross paths. I didn't know that was a thing. Oh my god, they're totally crippled. Wow. I didn't realize the power level. That's overwhelming. Well, there you go. GG, your first hard mode victory in Bloons.
GGT.
Congratulations. Dude, that was fun. This game is always more fun than it deserves to be. What does it deserve? But I'm always surprised.
Definitely feeling that. This is one that I feel like I'm going to return to in my own time as a play a couple rounds. Oh, I'm probably just going to casually engage with this for a bit, and then 2 hours later, I'm going to be like, all
It's
right,
perfect.
did that level.
It's a good tablet game, man. I don't have a tablet, but I know some other streamers who like that's one of their wind down games. You know, when they're getting ready for they're chilling before bed, they're watching someone on Twitch on the PlayStation or whatever, and they're just like playing Bloons on the tablet. So Yeah, it's a cool one. And I think you'll dig unlocking some more stuff so you can like have more chase tier 5s.
Yeah, it feels like sometimes I end up in a situation where I see like a bunch of towers or a bunch of units or something like that, and I just go, you know what, let me reduce the complexity of this. I'm going to look at the ones that I think are kind of interesting, and I'm just going to make them work, right?
Push them. Yeah,
But
yeah.
every time we got a new thing, and I started to understand it gradually through upgrading its line, I started to be like, ooh, but I could, what if I was using this as the base and then using other things in addition?
Put these together, and then what if the helicopter's pushing the Moabs back? Then we don't need the sniper. It's totally like, which set of synergies do I want? Which synergies do I need? How about bringing this into the mix? It's very bespoke cocktail, you know. Ooh, put a little monkey peppermint sprig in there.
Ooh. There's the challenges and events coming up as well. Log into the Ninja Kiwi. Oh, thank you. I'm fine. I don't need any social interactions. I have more than enough social interaction right here in the Rhaps Teak. Take a peek. We've just taken a peek at Bloons 6 TD. You'll be able to find all the links that you're looking for in the description down below.
GG.
GG, Teak.
Thanks for monkeying, dude. This was a curveball for me, but I think it was a great entry. It was fun.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that I wanted to learn more specifically about, like TDs in general, and I feel like I don't know if I came away with much information that works in other TDs, because it feels like it is very tower specific, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I like the execution of something, like just going, okay, I want the tax zone to be the thing that I do, right? And then everything else flowed out from that, right? So it feels like it.
Yep.
The ability to kind of like synergize in that way really gives you more control.
I think that actually might be a general tower defense learning, man. I think that the generalizable thing, right? The kind of decision making framework. Because with games like this, the difficulty is, how do I take immense complexity, immense combinatorial complexity, and start to rationalize a line? How do I build my strategy? And you identified like what I think is a really effective strategy, which is, okay, what is my centerpiece? What's my keystone for my end game? Other tower defense games have this too, because ultimately that's going to have a huge time or economic cost, some resource. And so now you need to find the really dense options to fill in the gaps around that. Tax Zone is this incredible high DPS if you have a good placement for it, and it's bad at all of the high level stuff. Ceramics and leads and armor. It's not going to solve those, and it doesn't have enough time to kill Moabs. And so you've got the big things that you need to solve, and we spent the rest of our money and time fixing that. And I think that applies to other games for sure.
Yeah, definitely, right? Like that is the thing that I get to take away, that I can do that after I learn more about the initial units more consistently. Man, that was a real dang good time. For the moment, though, there's links in the description. You know the name of the series, Bloons 6 TD. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next week. I lost the turn off